And welcome back to another RSG stream. I'm Ranger J1999 from Team Instinct, part of the RSG crew. It's Wednesday, it's 8 p.m. Eastern, and that means it's time to stream Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and welcome. I hope everybody had a great holidays. Let's see, we had Christmas and New Year's. Hope everybody is safe. Everybody got what Santa brought them, bunch of good stuff. But it's good to be back another Wednesday. We did a couple streams. Just let everybody know we will be doing full set. We will be doing the Jedi Academy this weekend. Just too much going on with the holidays and stuff to get everybody coordinated. People are gone. And, you know, the late night stream I can just do myself because we're just kind of dicking around. But the other one's a little bit more coordination. So there will be a Jedi Academy coming up here soon this Saturday. But welcome. Let's introduce the whole crew and get you going here so we can talk about what's going on for this week in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. And try that again. Talk about what's going on with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Jesus Christ, I can't talk all of a sudden. So let's introduce the crew. First of all, he's back from India. The Hindu gods have spared him, and he has done right, and all is right in the world. I'm speaking about the Trill Extraordinaire, Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman. Dr. Finn, welcome back.
Thank you. So I came back, and I felt I obviously didn't really have a chance to watch all the streams and stuff while I was out of the country. So I came back, and I decided, let me watch last week's stream. Mm-hmm. And the first thing I hear is you doubling up the intro through like the entire thing. What the hell?
I don't know what that was. That was the weirdest thing I've ever heard, dude. Like, I mean, this thing is fine. It's something, I don't know what, something happened with YouTube. I thought it was somebody else playing it in the background, but nobody was. So I don't know. It was one of the weird things that YouTube did something where, or OBS, something happened where that thing was looping, dude. And I was like, what? What the hell is happening here? But other than that, everything's been fine, Finn. And what do you talk? And you shut your pie hole. You're in India. You don't get to complain about that.
Yeah, I know. Everything is like 10.5 hours off. It was weird.
And did you bring us anything?
I brought you back me.
Did you get married?
Yeah. Did you get married?
Well. If you must know,
yeah.
No.
So no.
Okay.
All right, that's what I thought.
All right. Stop being mean to Finn.
He brings it on himself. He's talking trash and stuff. Who is calling us?
You're so
I'm not really sure who keeps calling. I think
can you figure out who that is, Finn?
It's like they're not calling. They're not calling me.
They're not calling me because I wasn't here.
And I left all those chats.
Did you get that, Tits?
Yeah, I did. I keep getting a pop up for a call. Not really sure.
It's like it's like 21 people on there.
It's 18 people. I'm going to go to that and then just I wonder if I could delete it.
I don't know who it is, but it's like
I left that conversation.
You can right click and leave conversation.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Ooh, how do I do that? Let's see.
Yeah, there you go. It's all right. All right. So besides technical help for Skype,
let's introduce the beardless one. He's back. We got him some reprieve from prison. It was really good for the holidays. I mean, gave the warden, the guards good presents, so he's able to be here tonight. I'm talking about the Brand Gandalf, the beardless one, the Wi-Fi government stealer himself, Grande Pappy Patron. Grande, what's going on, buddy?
Man, it's good, man. Had a little brawl in Cell Block 99, and we're good now.
Oh, did you win the brawl?
I did. If anybody's ever seen that movie, Brawl in Cell Block 99, that movie's sick good. Man, had a great Christmas, great New Year's. Ready to get going and start talking about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes.
Very nice, very nice. And of course, Sir Loki will be here when he can. He's running behind, but that's okay. He'll pop in when he can. We're trying to get Smithy on. I don't know what's going on with Smithy D. He was supposed to be on, but he must be having technical issues all the way over across the pond. But if he comes on, we'll be more glad to get him going, rocking and rolling the conversation. And then, of course, joining us is the newest member of the RSG crew, Miss Tits McVenom. T, what's going on?
Hi, guys. Not much.
You have a good New Year's?
I did. I had an excellent New Year's of doing absolutely nothing. I did a Harry Potter marathon.
Oh, it's on HBO now, isn't it?
I don't know. I did it on my Fire Stick. It was awesome.
Very nice.
And yeah, we're getting some snow here for the first time in forever. And I'm enjoying the snow day today and tomorrow.
Oh, very nice. Well, you're a nurse.
Yeah.
You have to go in. You have duties.
It's true. Well, I used to have to go in, but now I've graduated up from
look
that.
at you. Look at the big title on T there. All right. All right. So we've got everything lined up and ready to rock and roll. Just to get the mechanics out of the way, the mechanisms. If you'd like to support us, go to the you can of course like and subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up on the video, that helps support us and everything. If you have questions, go ahead and get those in. Finn will scoop those up. We'll get to those after we cover all the news and topics that we have for the show. And then on top of that, if you'd like to support us, another way is you can do super chat. If you donate $20 or more, you become VIP. That helps support the channel. Anything helps. We use all the money to go back into the channel, to better quality gear, all that stuff that, everything is 100% for the channel. I mean, one day we want hookers and blow for me and Finn, but we're not there yet. So everything got to go to production first.
Hey. Speak for yourself. I don't want any blow.
He just wants cord.
Yeah. So blow and porgs and hookers and lions and tigers, whatever the hell Finn's into. But that helps support us in that way. Or you can become a subscriber. You can support us being a sponsor up top. In the top right, if you're $4.99 a month, you can become VIP that way. VIP status just means you can come hang out with us at any time. You've got access to in the Discord with your own channel. When we stream on Saturdays, you can come hang out with us and talk about the game, and you just have full access to us at all times. And it helps support the channel. So we appreciate everything we can get, and we appreciate all the thumbs up and support. And so if you would like to do that, you're more than welcome. And then, of course, the last thing is there's a support our channel button on the homepage of YouTube. That goes directly into the PayPal account, which, again, just goes back into the channel as well. So don't have to wait for YouTube 3 months later to pay. It goes directly to us instead of YouTube. YouTube does some strange stuff, man, I swear. I try to figure it out, but it's that new math, Finn. I don't get it. I tried. I really tried, Finn. I don't get it. Was maybe one day we'll get it, or maybe we're not supposed to get it. I don't know. So
yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, I think
we never get it.
Yeah, we never get it. So let's do shout outs. We got a whole bunch of people here.
We do. We have a ton of people, man.
Who would like to, Finn, you haven't been here in a while. Why don't you shout out everybody today?
Sure. So let me scroll up to the top here.
Yeah, it starts with
so
you.
Kane Tyrell was first. So
we
Kane
need to
Tyrell
get some more moderators, Finn, because we had the other day. I mean, I don't pick we need to make Tits a moderator, and
yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, we need to do that.
All right. So we have Kane Tyrell. We have Fatality V2. Danilo
You're starting
Papaya.
from the top?
Yep.
I'm saying Bimatsu.
Yeah, because I've had this open since the beginning.
Yeah, he's had it open longer.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's Bimatsu, Varangian Vigilante, Sith Lord, Grim, Pookie. What is it?
What is a Varangian?
I don't know.
I
see that, and I still think of. I know there's no M anywhere in there, but I still think of the Merovingian and how he just curses in French.
Could be.
Okay. Sith Lord.
So we got Pookie, we got Stephen Burgett, we got Smithy D, who we're still trying to get on, but he's lost somewhere in the ocean outside of England, trying to get over here. Mm-hmm. We got Artorius Drachnite. Can you say his name, Grande?
Artorius Drachnite. Yes.
He's our best sponsor. Artorius Dark Knight.
We have Lucas T, baby. Way to go, Lucas. Whoop, whoop.
We got Luke Thyrocker.
We got a sponsor, too. New sponsor, Teals.
Oh, we do.
New sponsor, Teals.
Oh, nice.
Hey, thanks,
awesome.
Teals. And you guys haven't seen Sport Teal. They do a great job on their stream.
They do. Nerf Herders. Awesome.
Yep, absolutely.
And by becoming a sponsor, you get access to the 25% discount emoji as well as the Baby Ranger emoji.
Oh, that's right. You do get access to the Baby Ranger.
So feel free to explore those if you guys
we get more emojis, Finn? When we
I think we need 3 more sponsors now, and we get another emoji. We also have one that we can still use, and I'm trying to figure out what we need to put in there. We still have one more.
We should definitely have an Emperor one with like hearts. Shooting lightning at somebody.
The problem is they come in kind of small, so it's hard to pick like the best.
We'll play around with it. We can make it happen, Finn.
Yeah, we'll play around with
what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Tits, what should we make as our next emoji?
We can do one with Grande's dimple face.
Oh, there we
A little dimple, just like
I
a
love
little
it.
gleam in
Here's the
it.
thing.
One of those little ping, like gleam things coming out of it. That would be cute.
The problem is, depending on how big his dimple is, it might just look like a butt crack,
Yeah,
and then you just have like a shiny thing on a butt crack. That's all.
it's true. That's science.
You could always do my monster forehead as.
Oh, get the hell out!
Oh
Tiffany,
man, I'm sorry. I did
such a woman answer. I swear.
Oh, my
We've
God.
seen
I'm
the
joking.
pictures.
I was joking.
Oh
Oh,
my
Lord.
God.
I'm gonna wrap-
I need to lose 20 pounds. Stop it.
Okay. Are we gonna get through
continue
these
with the
shout outs?
continue with the
We
shout
will.
outs.
I have it saved where I stopped.
Okay.
We have the tour. We have Tits McBenham, who is in here with us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Of course. We have Nicholas Thompson. We have Vormax from the RSG Guild.
Nice.
So hey there, Vormax. We have Bad Rongo. We have Shea Locomotive, another sponsor.
Hey.
We have
Awesome.
Sinister Laugh, who is one that I have not seen before.
Nice.
So welcome,
Glad to
Sinister
have you.
Laugh. Let's see, scrolling
That's
down.
all
We got
Bad Rongo
Kagura.
said. I'm sorry. Continue. I'm sorry. It just threw me completely off. Our fans are
I
the
can't
best.
see it because I'm scrolled up. So
Chrome
you
Cobra.
can read.
No, it's just a question. It says, is it cool for me to put RSG down as a professional reference on my
Oh,
resume?
yes. I did respond to that. I told him that we wouldn't probably be the most PC of references.
Not
he was
as
right
his
on it.
RSG,
You can
but as his professional business people. Yeah,
Yeah. If you want, I promise you, if you need a professional business reference,
you got
Let's have
plenty
it
right here.
let's have a 10-minute conversation, and I promise you,
Yeah.
I'll give you a
See,
good
that's the
reference.
better way. He said he was going to write you a script, and I was just like, have you not seen the stream? You want Grande to read a script as your reference?
Nah. I'm much
Saber
better at
Shark.
impromptu, guys. Hey, he changed his name to Saber Shark.
Yes, he did.
It's
He
awesome.
changed his name.
Joe says you were finally getting Cyber Shark. He changed to
He
Saber
changed it.
Welcome
Well,
to
it's okay.
Cyber Shark.
Somebody's name is Ali Boba, right? I mean,
We
Because
have
of
Ali
what you
Boba and the
said.
40 Rebels.
yes.
We have Corey Dahlmeyer. We have Doc Brito. We have Blake E. Let's see, scroll down. We have Sanely Red, another sponsor. We have What Else 73, who I also don't recognize from here. So welcome.
That's a newer guy. He's been here for a while. Yeah, he's been,
Oh no, he's
yeah, we've been answering
he's
questions.
been
and
around the
helping him
last
out.
couple
Yeah, if you didn't quit going to India so much, maybe you
Yeah, I know.
Our people.
So he's new for me. So first, welcome from the person that just came back from another country.
Okay, there you go.
We have KP67,
Whoop, whoop.
Maybe
Dark
four-
Lords.
Nathaniel Morgan, MJ.
Another Dark Lords.
There we go. I was waiting. Todd
Yep.
Mayochi. Teals. We have Grande Patron. We have Saber Shark. He's now Saber Shark.
I know. He changed his name to Saber Shark. I love it, man. I messed it up so many times. He's like, screw it, man. This is my name.
He made his icon a shark holding a lightsaber
Right,
too. I don't know.
Saber
if-
Shark.
I know.
it's awesome.
It's so neat, dude.
Dexter Kilgore. Either JR or Junior Hawk 003.
Yep, that's correct.
Nice.
Justin Tiny Rick.
Mhm.
Walter Arnold.
Mhm.
Then we have somebody who tried to make it clear how to pronounce his name.
Atkis Mathma. I know. That's from TI, man.
Yes.
Gave me shit in the damn TI guild about it, all tongue in cheek and in fun. But I was like, I don't say it wrong. Other people here butchered it.
He's Antics Mothman. It's all
I
good.
know, addicts, math, math.
Mothman.
Well, it's like saying mathematics, except he cut it and it's like addicts.
We have Agnati. We have Silverbolt, who, if you guys aren't aware, is the one that drew the
He's
picture.
the man.
hmm We have David Rodriguez.
Did we shout out Nathaniel Morgan already?
hmm
Okay.
Nathaniel Morgan got. We have the Late Picks, who is in the RSG Guild.
Mm-hmm.
We have Keyboard. You can say her name right now.
Keyboard Scotland.
We have BKRM,
Uh-huh.
who I also don't recognize,
So we
actually.
got some new people here, Finn.
We have
Captain Blackbeard.
Victor Onto, who I'm assuming is the same as Victor Oneto.
It's
who was here
Vito,
before.
not Victor.
Oh, it is. It's Vito
He
Onto.
changed it, I think.
Yes,
Unless it's
veto on.
unless it's somebody completely different. So then
It might be somebody completely different. So
yeah.
if it is somebody completely different, veto onto, welcome. Captain Blackbeard / Van Rhodes. Ouchie Dumpling.
Oh, hey, Ouchie.
Hey, yay, ouchie.
I love Ouchie.
She's awesome.
Probably Star-Lord.
Oh, that's my man. It's probably Star-Lord. He's one of my tribe. He's so awesome.
Ray's Side Piece, a name that we just love.
We love that name. Ray's
That is
Side.
Kit's
It's
favorite.
my favorite name ever.
Also known as Kylo. Can I be your side piece?
We got Teals. We got Adam Tron. We got Mateus Calvin Conti. We have, I think, let's see, a lot of people talking. I think it's this. We have Jason Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And let me see. Scroll down on me there.
I think you got everybody.
Yeah.
I saw Andrew Bruce, Harley's little sister, Andrew Bruce, Chai Bears 326, Dark Grape, Kobe
Oh, there
Wan.
we go.
This one I'm probably going to say it wrong. Luke Wysenisi.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
Wysenisi.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
And we got Mad Dad. So I'll go Mad Dad is here.
Hey.
Oh, Mad Dad.
We got Darth Bob, one of the other
Yeah, from the Nerf Herders.
Darth.
Bob!
Indiana Joneser.
That's
Keith
a new one.
Constantino.
No, he's been around for a while. It's
That's-
been a while since he's been here, though.
Mhm.
Okay.
Brown Sugar. Welcome, Brown Sugar.
Keyboard's
Brown.
hungry. What a surprise.
And I think that's everything.
All
This is awesome. There's a lot of people in here. Great.
right.
Yep, that's
It's
everyone.
like, hey, I'll subscribe to anyone who subs me. Hey, man, that's the way it works. Sometimes.
All
We try to
right.
support other channels, too, so it's all good.
Yeah, absolutely. So, on to Finn and the Twitter question.
Mm.
All
That
right.
was a great Twitter question.
So, in keeping with the spirit, our Twitter question is very open for you guys. My New Year's resolution for SWGOH is blank. So, what do you guys want
Say
to
that
do?
again?
with SWGOH this year? My
do-
New Year's resolution for SWGOH is blank. So, what do you want to do in this game with your New Year's resolution?
Swiggo.
It's SWGOH.
Swuggo. Swuggo.
I always say Swiggle.
Swuggo.
Swiggle. Oh, goal.
Swuggo.
All right.
The H is silent. It's SWGOH. The H is silent like in Saber Shark.
Okay. So
Or it could be like
now-
Vincent Van
so
Gogh.
go to
GOH.
Twitter and answer that question. You can see our Twitter is down here in the bottom about us. You can just click on that Twitter and then sign in and tell us what you think as a reply. So now let's get into the meat and potatoes.
Meat
a big
and
thing.
potatoes.
A big thing that we've talked about for a long time is 630K. My guild got it in just now with less than 10 minutes to spare, right?
Oh, there they.
And we have been talking about this ad nauseum for probably over a year, at least. And for those of you who don't know, I was directed to post a ticket on the answers.ea.com forum.
Which I have up right now.
And so I did post one, and I'll post it here in chat so all you guys can see that. And I'll tell you, we've got quite a few hits of that. You know, we posted a video a long time ago, about 18 months ago, I guess, on Twitter. The hashtag is #IDidMy600. Basically, for those of you that don't know, basically what we're saying is that there's a screen in the management tab that really doesn't work very well, and that is the raid tickets daily screen that does not work very well and needs to either be revamped, removed, something to make it so this screen works well. And we did get a post about 4 weeks ago from Cozy, who said, yes, thank you. This is a known bug. We appreciate it. What she said, hiya. This is a known issue and on our radar to address. While IO don't have a concrete date, we appreciate your patience as this is looked into. And it's just a little discouraging that it's taken this long to to get into this. I mean, we've had patience for months on this issue, and I just kind of want to bring this issue back up. We've kind of done a lot with territory wars and territory battles. It's possible that in the next 12 months we'd get another raid. I think, right, of some type. And if we do get another raid or something that uses those tickets, it'd sure be nice if that item was fixed.
This has been an ongoing issue for a while. I mean,
like second week of guilds, maybe.
Yeah, I wonder what is causing them so much problems of trying to fix this. I mean, it must be something that's kicking their ass, because for the most part they do a pretty decent job on some of the bugs and stuff. Some take longer than others, which is understandable, but this one has really perplexed them for a while. I mean, I'm miffed trying to think of what could be miffing them.
Well, think about it this way. Maybe if we put it in terms of what's going on in the game, maybe this is what's causing the issues and why we're getting more upset about it. Think about the characters that only have a single hard node to farm, right? Mm-hmm. Every day you're only getting one shard. It's going to take you forever to get it to 7-star. Mm-hmm. But if you look back and say, if I started this character 6 months ago, it would be done by now, and maybe the character would be useful, like Baze, for example, right? If you go into it with the mindset of this is going to take 6 months, there's no reason for me to work on him now, then 6 months later, you're going to be needing another 6 months. Now you made it a year. So it may just be that it requires a lot of time, and they're not prioritizing it at all, despite the importance that it has towards the players.
So, what you're talking about is something that we've used in business, and I actually took this from Michael Dell, right? Michael Dell, who's the owner of Dell Computers, and he's the guy that started it, said, don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. Basically, it's start doing something now so that tomorrow you can do something else. We can have something else to work on. I get it. I get that it's a problem. But let's start on it so we can fix it. Anyway, we just wanted to bring awareness to that one, I think.
I have a question. You think if I don't know anything about like programming games like this, but do you think it's something like just a little bit more difficult than what we think it is? Like maybe with the reset times being different for guilds or something along that line? Is it almost?
There's obviously more. There's obviously more to it than we know.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
it just seems like such an easy fix, though, and when you look at it outside.
Well, yes. So it depends on how you want to run the process, right? My guess is, based on just looking at this, that more likely than not, the issue is probably based on some kind of timer on the backside, where it's actually trying to calculate when these things reset. The problem is our screens have a calculation for the 600 out of 600 automatically being done, right?
Yeah.
Our individual screens, if you go into the guild activities tab, will tell you how much you have completed. That one is always correct. So for some reason, it is storing the variable in 2, possibly even 3 different places, and one of them is not getting updated correctly. So whatever the cycle time is that they have in order to update that particular screen is what's really messed up. And again, like it might be a little bit more complicated, but it seems like they could just change where the information is being pulled from. I know one is kind of on the local side, so then it becomes a possible hack that you can potentially get like 600 on yours, and then their server will try to pick it up, and then it'll pick up whatever you have on the client side, and because it gets complicated between the client and server side. It's just weird that they have the 600 being stored in like 3-4 different places, and only one of them is correct, and that's the one we can only see by ourselves, and everything else, which is actually useful, is wrong.
On a larger, broader note about this particular issue, I feel like there's a little bit of QA/QC going on this website. This is where all the bugs are stored for the entire game, is on this EA Answers, or this answers.ea.com website. It appears as though some QA/QC guys, which is quality control, quality assurance guys, are actually tracking this stuff and monitoring it. So if you find a bug, regardless of what the bug is, I would highly recommend that you go to this website and you put in the bug. There's the three kind of areas that it seems like that they kind of look at the most are going to be the game information, technical issues, and bug reports. Without a doubt, those are the three areas. So if you see something that seems kind of wonky, I would probably go to that site, search for that term, and see if someone's already put it in. I know that some people get a pop-up, for example, that says they're getting 40 Kylo shards, and they're really not. Some people get some other funky bugs, like the one that happened over Christmas, right? With some of the packs. And I feel like that some of those type of issues, put your 2 cents in. Make sure that bring that to the top, so that way they know that you saw something and that it's important to you. I will also tell you that I have answered a lot of questions on here. People that have syncing problems, people that have problems getting their Google Play or their iTunes account to basically lock with their game so that they can play it on multiple different devices. I've helped a lot of people out on this site. So if you and there's a wealth of knowledge that's watching this and listening to it afterwards, and you guys can help other people. It feels great when you help somebody else out. If you can help somebody, maybe who thought they were going to lose their account, or somebody who, didn't understand the mechanics of something, go in there and tell those people.
But also realize that for every person Grandi helps in the game, a prisoner shivved afterwards. I'm just telling you.
A prisoner is
Many prisoners died to bring you these helpful hints.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I can't. For every yin, there is a yang.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Tron makes an interesting question/point.
What's that?
When we were talking about 600, he says, "How much money or new users is 600 tickets going to bring in? Is anyone leaving because of it?"
Yeah. But I don't have any. Yeah, that's a great question. I don't have
for guild management leadership burnout. It's
that's real. What I would say. Like, I would counter with what they did with territory battles, right? At this point, any officer that just fed up with the 600 issue, and there were some, will have already kind of quit leadership and potentially left the game. Similarly, territory battles had the same thing, right? There was really no monetary incentive for them to include some of the stuff now, which I'm using all the time in the game, like the Phase 1 combat missions, who's completed it, Phase 1 special missions, deployment, all that kind of stuff. Like, those tools they added, and that was because the player base is needed. So I'll give them credit that they'll do stuff when it helps the players. The problem is it depends on how difficult it is. And so that one wasn't as difficult. This one is probably more difficult, but it's probably the most important tool that they can probably add to the players right now if they're looking for something that would really make an impact for the existing players and especially leadership to avoid burnout, like Tits was saying.
All right.
I like what Mad Dad said. He says, all I'm saying is that if someone complained to me as a manager and I wait 18 months to even address it, much less fix it, I wouldn't have a job.
No, that's corporate America. I like what he's going to.
I think we do have something that we do need to talk about that we haven't talked about for a while, and that is the Ye Old Meta Report, brought to you by Ranger Ruse.
Oh yes.
The fourth best gaming diapers.
I think they're the best because it does hold a lot of pee.
Liquid, so does. Pee is stored in Ranger Ruse.
Yeah,
got it.
I think so.
We have the
major
biggest
change
thing
in the meta.
We do in the leadership
last week.
Yep, we do. Ray has now taken over as the #1 leader. Still more variants. I think CLS could potentially make a comeback because a lot of people unlocked him.
Yeah.
You have a lot of
like
we could see kind of
got her CLS. Yay!
Yeah, I did.
Yay!
Streamed it and everything, and then we got.
We will. Seeing a resurgence of you got some Rex leads still in there. Definitely a lot of Mother Towson teams holding on. GK still holding on. I think you got some Akbar, some Massage Ventresses,
Colorado Unmasked.
and then you got some Throns, even some Throns holding in there. So liking seeing multiple leaders for sure. And then, of course, that makes the most popular team is still that CLS, Han Solo, General Kenobi, R2, and Thrawn. However, there is a huge variation in these Jedi training, or as I like to call her, potty training Rey teams. Most of them seem to have BB-8 and R2 on them. However, those next two spots I think are a little bit more up for grabs. Most people throw in GK in there. Some people throw in Old Ben in there. Some people throw in Thrawn in there. Some people throw in CLS in there. Some people throw in Scavenger. Yep, there's a Scavenger team that makes it. There's also a team that makes it with Solo. So you definitely got some people that are. And then there's an interesting one down here that I think is cool that actually throws Chopper on the team, which is G. So it's Jedi training Rey, potty training Rey, GK, Chopper, R2, and BB-8. I think that's just an interesting comp.
It is an interesting comp.
And I definitely like that. And then of course a few people just leaving GK out completely, running Old Ben with CLS, R2, and BB-8. So there are some there's a bunch of comps with that that I think are pretty interesting. And I like the fact that we're seeing a little bit of a shift, and it's not just, I mean, it is one team straight up holds a bunch of the meta, the same CLS, Solo, GK, R2, and Thrawn, but you have a bunch of variation in the other teams, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's the thing I was talking to Granny about is, should I go Jedi Rey? Here, I'll pull it up. Let's see.
I think it's great, man. It's great to go Jedi Rey.
I did, yeah. I mean, let me see here.
We were talking about your next Zeta, actually.
Yeah, we were talking about that. If I can get the damn thing to pull up, so I've got the gameplay up right now. So this is kind of the games we're kind of the teams we're looking at. So we've got Jedi Rey, we got R2, we got General Kenobi, maybe Thrawn with the BB-8, or I could go Scavenger Rey. The problem is I got to get her to 12 and BB-8 to 12. I can do BB-8 Zeta right now, and then finish doing his gear, get him to gear 10, right? I'll have to change his mods up a little bit to make him faster. And Granny was saying that we should do it. I think it's time.
I think it's time. Let's do it.
All right,
let's make sure we do the right one.
Yes, we're going to do roll with the punches, so I'm going to do this.
Let's make sure we do the right one.
Yes, we want to make sure it's the right one, because...
yeah, we're not drinking on this stream, right? Yeah,
Tits will punch me in the...
So let's click on it and let's read it and let's understand why this is... Well, let's click the wrong one first and tell everyone why it's the wrong one. The wrong one is the other one.
Now, when BB-8 takes damage, he has a 50% chance to gain foresight for 2 turns. At the start of each encounter, if BB-8 is active, droid allies gain 8% turn meter for each active droid ally. When BB-8 evades, droid allies recover 8% health and protection. Okay, that's great. You're doing droids. We're not doing droids.
We're not doing droids.
We're not doing droids. We're doing roll with the punches, which is BB-8 has the 80% counter chance. When BB-8 attacks out of turn, he calls a random resistance ally to assist. Oh, the plot thickens.
Oh.
So, and this is the one we want to do.
This is the one we want to do.
I'm going to do it right now.
Press it.
All right, here we go. I'm upgrading it. It's been done. I've done it. I've done it. It's done. So now I'll be committed to this.
How do you feel?
I don't know yet. I got to get some of these stupid MK5s and then finish these stupid fusion furnace and then Corbante. Oh no, that's not Corbante. I need whatever this is. So I can finish PU to gear 10. I'm gonna have to redo his mods, but the team I can run with. Now, do I want to run Rey with? So we know it's Rey, R2D2, and BB-8. We know you want to put General Kenobi in there, right? Do we like Thrawn, or do we want to go Scavenger Rey? Because the thing is, she gets the resistance help too, or we could go Old Ben. There's a lot of different ways we could go.
A lot of people.
Do you have Old Ben Zeta?
I do not, so I'd have to wait because he's only gear 9 and stuff right now at the moment. Oh, where's my Old Ben? You filthy little bastard. Where are you? I'll find him eventually. I mean, he's here. I'm pretty sure. There he is.
I have Old Ben at gear 12. I just don't have any Zetas on him. That's my predicament.
I mean, he's gear 9. I could start gearing him out, but it's like
he's a little bit of a gear hog.
He is he really is.
He's a little bit of a gear hog. I think you go with what you got for right now. I think that team does kind of need a taunt. I think that team does well with GK.
Mm-hmm.
I think that team is probably not the greatest with CLS, but CLS doesn't hurt. And that team is really great with Thrawn. Thrawn's a great piece, man. I think it's definitely worth that.
Yeah, I'll have to finish BB-8 gear wise and stuff, but I think that once that's done, we can rock and roll with that. So just wanted to Zeta old BB-8 for you guys. Put him in there.
There we go.
So
nice.
Got that done. So now it's just a matter of getting this little bastard to gear 12.
I will tell you that BB-8 also does incredibly well on
I gotta change his mods
heroic AAT teams as well. So there's multiple reasons why BB-8 is a good piece.
Yeah,
I think we've said this before. So yeah, without a doubt, way to go, man. Excited for you.
Well,
I'm excited and happy and jealous of you.
Don't be jelly. Don't be jelly.
I'm so jelly.
I know our next item is Omega Report. We haven't really seen a lot. I'm not really sure this is quite updating perfectly, but you do see a lot of Jedi Training Rey coming up, and BB-8's roll with the punches coming up, just like we just saw right there. So you are seeing some of those Zetas kind of move up the list. Rey's Zeta is also moving up the list.
Quite
a bit.
We had seen some major changes in the Zeta Omega Report finally. Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
It's not just being stupid. Number Crunch is about to take Darth Vader here very soon. Finn balance is moved up tremendously. He's about to overtake Kylo. So is Commander Luke. He's right on the hills. Han Solo, R2. You're starting to see like the old ones, Darth Maul, starting to fall back down.
All the real old ones.
Yeah, they're starting to drop.
Yep. And you're starting to see some new ones come up.
Yeah.
Fairly quickly. And I think that's good. It's good to see some of those new Zetas coming up. Veer's Zeta.
Veers, that's what I was just looking at.
Thrawn Zeta coming up. Thrawn's leader.
Mm-hmm.
Rey's other Jedi Training Rey's other Zeta coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Here's an interesting one. You're starting to see Kanan and Sabine.
Yeah.
I think those are both incredibly interesting Zetas. You're also seeing Grand Moff Tarkin's both his leader and his special. Or is it special or is it unique? I think I might have that.
Unique, isn't it?
Tighten the grip.
It's his it's his unique that you're starting to see. Hera coming up as well. So seeing some, Zeb coming up, Death Trooper. I really like kind of getting down into the meat down here of these kind of lower Zetas and seeing what people are doing. So pretty cool. Old Daka Zeta, some pretty cool ones. So I guess we could kind of look for that. So that kind of takes us through Meta and Zeta reports. Now let me share my screen, so we can kind of look at one of the new features here. The new features, whenever you go to your guild, that they have this squads feature, right?
Are you sharing your screen, Grundy?
I am sharing my screen right now. Nope, I've shared my screen, or at least I was earlier. Yep, still shows that I'm sharing it. And of course, my lovely guild has decided that they want to put up a bunch of teams for me because they knew that they knew that I was going to be on here.
God damn it! Why is it not showing your screen?
You got to love it.
Unshare and share your screen again, Grande, because I'm not doing anything. Hold on, maybe it's me.
I'll unshare my screen. Stop sharing. So I stopped sharing now.
Hold on, I have to pull up Skype again myself just to make sure.
And I'm gonna have to tell this guy because I know who did it. I can already tell. Oh, it's Echo Crest. Echo Crest put in a bunch of teams. So we can all see how he's. So I'm gonna start sharing my screen again.
I'm looking.
Share screen.
I'm looking.
Here we go. I'm sharing my screen.
Why am I not seeing it?
Hold on. Should be sharing now. Okay.
How about now?
So here are all the teams. So you can kind of create these teams and see how they are. We'll start with this first one. This Kit Fisto team.
What the hell is this?
Anybody can create a team. This is kind of a silly team, right? He created Kit Fisto, Kylo Unmasked, Lobot, Logray, and Illuminara, right?
Hey,
no one would
did
actually,
Loki join us?
no one would actually use this team, but it gets to tell you like who has these characters and who has them at what gear level, who could actually bring them in and who couldn't. Thankfully, not a lot of people have Lobot, but let's take another one. My bounty hunter.
Bro.
Well, let's I guess we should explain what all of this is, right? So the guys at SWGOH.gg, based on all the information that they're gathering from our accounts as we create your accounts in here, and if you haven't, definitely make sure that you hop on here and create your account. You'll need your player ID, which you can get from in-game. They added a new feature called squad templates. Correct. Now, the squad templates can be made by anybody who is registered to that guild in SWGOH.gg. So ideally, make sure that if you are not an officer, you're discussing it with your officers, or if you just want to troll Grande, that's perfectly fine. That's so Dark Lords, go ahead and make some more. But
screw that hippie.
You can create templates of different squads. And the idea is that when you have these squads, you can go in there, go into that squad once you select who the people are. Like Grande is currently, I think this is a 3-person team that just has Lumi, Ayla, and Cup. So it's 2 girls in a cup. And when you click on the
its name is two girls and one. You get it.
No, continue.
Okay, so when you click on the 2 girls and 1 you get it team, what you will see.
Somebody give
is
keyboard
that
a sandwich. Jesus.
Oh my gosh, I'd tap that. Somebody made
it. You get to see everybody in your guild where they are on that character for each of those characters. You can order it by power, and it also tells you what gear level and stuff they have as well. If you click on at the top that highlight gear button, everything will highlight in color based on what their gear level is. So you'll see that the gear 12 end up yellow. The
Grande
gear
touched
11.
my bathing suit area. Yes. Can you tell my guild is awesome, right? They basically Grande touched my bathing suit area.
Sounds like a prison thing. Explain.
That's like this. So okay. So now I go into this yellow, and then we have purplish kind of color.
And you see the icons underneath them, and those are the ones that they have Zeta.
Right.
So if you have somebody Zeta, like for example, if you're trying to get teams with Barris and you don't know whether Barris is Zeta or not, you would be able to see it now by looking at it and seeing if they have the symbol for swift recovery underneath their Barrises. So this is a great tool for territory wars, especially to try and figure out whether or not your guild has particular squads that are necessary.
Yeah, this one is called compensating for my small collection size. It's the name of this team. I'm glad my guild is doing me a solid here, man. I'm telling you, dude.
At risk youth.
At risk youths. That's the name of this team. Well, I mean youths. At risk youth. At risk youth,
guys.
Right. That's the name of this one, created by Echo Crest.
I love that movie.
The first letter of each of our names spells.
Oh my goodness.
He's great. I mean, every guild needs an Echo Crest, right? But effectively, this is the guy that tells you. I'm really upset that we don't have more Gear 12 Ugnuts in the game.
I'm not upset about that at all.
Yeah, we had to, but anyway, so you could see we have some great names.
Why do droids look like penises? Well,
I'm telling you, my guys are killing it. If you've ever wondered, yes, Dark Lords does have a sense of humor, and this definitely shows you why we have such a sense of humor. Anyway, I'm sure all these teams are going to get deleted later because nobody wants these teams, but they are hilarious. But it does show you exactly what is really good about this, right? If you have a team that you think your guild should be using in territory wars or in territory battles, put it in here. See who's got it. We don't recommend a team that nobody's got. That's not great. So Anyway, something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a great tool, right? I mean, we've been using spreadsheets, and there's Togar's spreadsheet and a bunch of other guys' spreadsheets that we've kind of been using for this exact purpose, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
You're awesome.
So
Raleigh. Everybody's awesome.
Everybody's awesome. My guild is awesome for trolling
Everybody
me.
hugs and kisses.
Yep.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. That's right.
Everything is cool
When you're part of the team. Everything is awesome.
Oh
Love that
man.
movie.
So anyway, thanks for
Lego
the trolls,
movie is like
guys.
one of the greatest movies
I know.
ever.
Thanks for
Agreed.
the trolls. Everybody trolled me good on that one.
All right.
Okay, so holiday packs. This is our next one. We need to talk about holiday packs.
Have a
on-
happy holiday.
Thoughts on the Boba Fett pack? Thoughts on the Crystal pack? And the way they were advertised, and the way that you were even able to purchase them. Sir Loki's in here too, so I want to get Sir Loki's
I
thoughts
don't know
on
if
that.
he's in a safe spot yet. He said he was
Maybe
trying to
he's
get to
not
a
in a
safe spot
safe-
yet.
he-
He's
I
in
thought
here,
he-
but he's trying
he's
to
in
get
here.
to a safe area.
Yep. So let's go Tits. Tits, what's your thoughts on the packs and how the packs worked out?
Grande, you know I'm free to play. I don't have any really
Should
Did
good
you see-
discussion on the
did you see-
packs.
No, but did you
I
see
don't pay for this shit.
did you see the pop-ups?
I did see the Boba pop up, and to be honest, I have a gift card that I have yet to use,
Oh,
and I am thinking about. I saw the pop up again today. I didn't know how long it was lasting. How long is it going to last? The
I think
Boba
it's like
pop-up?
through the 7th, maybe.
So you-
I'd have to go
Until you
back.
throw your phone against the screen from all the Boba pop-ups that you're getting.
By
It's
the
like
way,
I see these people saying that they didn't get pop ups, and I'm getting them constantly. I don't know if they're like trying to lure me into buying them.
the
Start
Boba
buying.
pop-up is like $8.99 or something. I think if you buy $8.99. It's not a bad pack. The problem is if you buy it a second time, you don't get what you got the first time.
Can you
know,
buy it a second time?
Yes, you can. And if you buy it a second time, you get some
Damn
random
it.
like 1,149 crystals, and you don't get all that Boba stuff.
Oh,
That
It's
ruins
same
my
price?
theory
Same
completely.
price?
It's same price, but you
Oh.
don't get everything you got before. One of the guys in our guild bought it, and he was really kind of not happy at all. That he was like, I really wanted Boba shards again, and I was like, bro, that's
And
I'm
we're
sorry.
sure that's not like a glitch or something. That's
Mhm.
really
It's
like
multiple people on the EA website have complained and said this is they got the same deal. They wanted to buy it a second time and they didn't really get it, which was kind of poopy. It was
What,
kind of
I do have a
called the
pack
shit
question. Are those gear bundles ever worth it?
So
do see the new
I
gear
bought
bundle.
I bought the $10 one. I thought that was worth it. The $80 one seems really steep in my opinion. I don't say it's not worth it, but I couldn't justify spending $20 per piece of gear. So I did not buy that pack. I don't think it's a terrible pack. It seems really steep to me. They've made a similar pack before that was $60, and you got a bunch of shards and other stuff with it. And to me, that one seemed much better.
The only ones that I've really been tempted were the pop-up ones, and then the extra pack, the faction pack, even though everybody's like, don't ever buy those because you're not going to get like higher than like 10. But just for somebody that can't farm Night Sisters and I really want to start playing them really badly, I was like, oh, that would be nice to get. That's really the only ones that have tempted me though.
Booster packs are great, right? I mean, if you're gonna go for like I feel like the Omega packs are awesome. I feel like the Omega purple packs were awesome. I liked those packs. I bought it every day it was available. Straight up.
Did we skip the? I'm just looking at
Yeah. He skipped the calendar.
we skipped the calendar there.
Oh,
Greg,
I gotta do the calendar. Sorry,
No,
that
the tits will do the calendar. You have been put on a timeout, Mr. Man.
I'll go back to the calendar. I'll let her read the calendar after.
I have to say though, I hate these pop-ups so much.
Yeah.
I'm getting like 3 Boba pop-ups every day. It's freaking annoying. And I was hoping that you could only buy it once, and it seems like you can kind of buy it once, although you can buy it a second time and get worse stuff.
Yeah,
But
you buy it the second time, you get way worse stuff, man.
it's almost as if they are trying to make it so you have to buy it in order to stop the pop-ups from coming. Like it's like one of those free services that you have to pay in order to stop the ads. That's what it seems like they were trying to do with this. I don't
Annoying
understand
advertising.
I don't understand what the purpose is for having something where you want the players to buy it, but you can only get it when a pop-up shows up. Like, why not just have the pack available? What is the purpose of this pop-up just constantly being a nuisance to everybody?
I mean, I would think that if you, I mean, I would say have the pack in there, let people buy it as many times as they want, and then after they buy it, you know, if you wanted to have a pop-up for a second time for them to buy it, I get that. But there are people who really wanted to buy this pack and they never saw it. I'll tell you, I only saw the crystal pop-up pack. It was like 25% more crystals on the $20 crystal pack. I only saw it twice. I bought it both times. They could have probably shown me that pop-up 100 times, and I would have bought it 100 times. 100 out of 100.
Why the pop-up? Why not just have it there? If you want people to buy it, I don't understand the purpose of the pop-up.
It was strange, right? It was strange. I agree.
Make you buy it. That's why.
Hey,
I think that's Smithy D.
so who was what?
Smithy.
Smithy there?
Smithy D. Yeah, Smithy D is here in
Oi.
the house.
Oi, Smithy!
Hi, fuck you.
Oi!
You're right then.
Oi, hey, governor.
Merry Christmas, you property animals.
I barely hear you.
It's
And a
it's
Happy
a-
New Year.
Happy New Year! It's Smithy D, everybody! Yay!
Hey. How's it doing?
What's going on, man? Turn your volume up a little bit. I can barely hear you, bro.
Is that better?
A little bit better, yes.
a little bit
Or
better.
talking to the microphone. Do something.
Talk with a
Oh,
different
yeah.
accent.
Use your voice, you will. Change your voice, you can tell. What's going on, Smithy? It's been a while, man. You've been gone. People have been asking, where is the real Smithy D? And I've been like, I don't know. He had to go somewhere. He had to go on an epic journey. But he's back now.
Yeah,
Smithy,
that's
Share
it.
your thoughts, buddy.
Well, you know, I had to journey. You know, I did like the whole YouTube thing for like what 11, 12 months and that. So I just had to have a little bit of a break. Gonna do some videos again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just I had to have that time out. You know, just to do things. Ain't it? It's like I guess if any creator that's doing it every single day kind of thing, just gotta have that time out and just to get things steady in life, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a mental break from everything.
I can see
I
that.
understand.
Oh yeah, I stopped playing the Galaxy of Heroes. I only started playing it the last 2 weeks when the Rare event come out, and I was like, oh yeah.
Hello there.
Oh yeah, my mate was playing for me.
freaking Sir Loki is now making noises.
I got my mate was playing my game for me, and I already was working on buying it from the chromiums and stuff, buying the veteran hand because the whole speculation that was going around before, and I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty much like what CG would do, so I was buying it and stuff. So I got my
Hello there.
Master Skywalker. There's
Well,
too
it's
many of
too-
them.
it's too
Hey, we
many.
have a
New
new sponsor.
sponsor!
Hey,
New
Ouchie
sponsor,
Dumpling!
Ouchie Dumpling!
Hey,
Woohoo!
Ouchie Dumpling! New sponsor.
Thank you, Ouchie.
Ouchie,
definitely
you're the
appreciate
best,
that.
Ouchie. Now you can use the baby. You can use the baby ranger.
She likes the
There you
25%.
She
Okay.
does
does
like the
the
25%.
That's
She loves
25% more of the 25% more.
that.
Yeah,
25% more
so-
Grande and 25% more Ranger.
So Smithy, how was your New Year? How was your Christmas? Everything good?
Yeah, it's pretty decent, you know.
So you're back up and running in the game then?
Oh yeah, I had a little play around with. I did the event for Jedi Ray, got my year 12, working on my Imperial Troopers and stuff. And I tell you what, I first time played was it Territory Wars?
Mm-hmm.
It was alright. I was just like, where's live PvP here? You know, I was just like, opportunity here, you know.
Next year,
still
buddy.
it's in the game. Hopefully
Yeah.
soon. You know,
And no Luke either. No Jedi Luke. No
Not yet.
real Jedi.
Or Revan.
hey, I
Yeah.
nearly turned my whole back on Star Wars after watching The Last Jedi. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? You know?
Oh, let's
It's-
not get into that debate.
No spoilers.
Uh-oh.
No spoilers. People
Oh, it's
say-
after the 3rd.
Oh, it's after
January.
No,
January
we're
yeah.
beyond the spoiler time.
It's spoilers.
Yeah,
beyond,
we
so we
put-
basically say Mary
The New
Poppins.
Year was the cutoff.
We said Mary Poppins.
I
For
watched
3
it.
weeks.
First film I've ever watched. Actually, I watched Justice League and I was disappointed. I love Justice League. You know, like DC stuff as much like Star Wars. And I was disappointed. I was like, oh, you know, Star Wars ain't gonna be anything like that, is there? I went there and I was just like, what the fuck is this shit?
I had the
And I was
opposite.
just, it's sitting in the cinema and I was just like, feeling sick and everything watching the film. And then I was just
Oh,
like,
Smith.
Oh,
I didn't think it was that bad, but I do.
It's very it's a divisive film. It's
Polarizing.
been very
Can
divisive.
yeah.
I will tell you though, it really made me appreciate The Force Awakens and even Rogue One more.
Oh, Rogue
I
One's still
like
my favorite.
Rogue One was by far the best.
yeah, I like Rogue One. I like
I
Rogue
mean-
One.
I mean it. Yeah, I mean it was just like there's no like that scene maybe could have been deleted in Rogue One. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I mean, there's very few of those. You could see a couple of them in some of the original 3. You could even say that there's maybe a couple of those scenes even in The Force Awakens, but you know the prequels and The Last Jedi have some scenes where you're just like, what's the purpose of this scene?
Well, I think
Oh, yeah.
the prequels just the story arcs. I've always said that the prequels were the themes in the story, right? Work. It's just everything else. You know?
Hopefully the Solo movie will be good.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a gangster kind of film, so I'm interested to see that. I think with the Last Jedi, I think this is the thing that I think why it's so divisive, right? And I think it's generational too. I think people had there's a lot of things. Some people had preconceived notions about what they thought the character arcs are going to be. Didn't happen that way,
Exactly.
right? The fact that the characters are ending and people wanted a certain expectation for these characters to go out a certain way is another thing. I mean, there's just things like that. I think it has to do more with, you know,
It was like, I guess plot points were just you know, like expectations of a character were just kind of like swept aside into the rug, and it was just kind of like it was very prequely, like they just talk about it, and it was just literally.
I don't know about that. See, the thing for me is the Rey Kylo Luke story arc was incredible for me. Now, I do agree, like the Finn Rose, although it's exceptionally well acted. I mean, the characters are great, but the story arc didn't work for me, and I think a lot of people have that
Yeah, I got a
problem.
big butthole for
You know
Yeah.
you know what my kids loved? My kids loved the crystal animals.
Oh
They
yeah,
thought
kids.
the crystal.
Yeah,
They're
but kids
adorable.
kids when they watch a movie,
I mean,
they're
my
gonna have a totally
kids,
different
my
reaction.
kids
I mean, yeah,
love
Porg.
the animal.
Porg.
we know
Porg.
Finn with Porg
My
was
kids were
fun.
not so excited. My kids were not so excited about the Porg. They loved the crystal foxes, man.
Mhm.
They thought that was freaking
Spoilers
awesome.
on it right now. And just say something about some irony about the film that I sat there. We'll put a big spoiler just to say one thing about Last Jedi. Who hasn't watched it? Where I sat there and thought, where it just completely destroyed the character, was you like smash up a spoiler. Where have I got
No,
spoiler?
There's a spoiler. Go ahead.
No, that's okay.
Okay, so this is spoiler, so if you want to mute it now, this is spoiler. If you don't, it was the whole thing of Luke, okay? Luke dying at the end when he could have just gone there to battle. Because the irony is, he died anyway, so what was the fucking point of it? Meditating on the planet to do it to die anyway, and the irony is that he could have just gone there to die. Maybe killed Kylo.
Well, but the thing
Yeah.
it
Maybe
was more
it's to save Kylo
deceptions.
from killing him. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
like
I don't think he
maybe
wanted Kylo
emotional.
to get
He
to that
want-
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Because he did wink at him, and it's like, "See you around, kid." Like, oh, pimpa.
Yeah,
pimpa,
but
pimpa
he also
Luke.
said that I'll always be with you. So then is now going to.
I think maybe he's still trying to save Kylo's emotion. I mean, like still trying to save him on it to the light side by not letting him kill him. Was that?
I just want
But
to
it's
see.
like,
I just want to see Finn, our Finn, Finity, kill a Porg, and then his pathway to
And
the
eat
dark
it like
side.
a Chewbacca.
Yeah, I think his
And eat it
journey
like a
to the dark
Chewbacca.
side will be
Oh
complete.
my
Yeah.
god, that scene where they were looking at him with those sad
I watched
eyes, it
a lot
almost
of,
made me cry.
Yeah, I will tell you this. I-
on it as
I will
well.
tell you.
Um,
I will tell you the part that kind of really didn't seem to fit for me was Princess Leia as Mary Poppins.
Yeah,
Oh,
I love that they used the Force and stuff with her, but I agree too. That scene was like they could have done it a million different ways. You know,
I was like, really? She's Mary Poppins now.
imagine you
Right,
see
same man.
Batman versus Superman, where Batman's just been hit by nuclear bombs, and he just like turns back to normal, and he just flies.
well, that shot was actually from the comic and from the animated version of Batman versus Superman. They actually did that shot per shot in that movie.
Yeah, it was like he took a lot from the Miller comics. That's what Zack Snyder did.
And I'm not hearing Cynthia again.
Aren't we?
Yeah,
way
we're
off
way
topic?
off
We are
topic
way off
here.
topic.
We are.
Yeah,
So
sorry. So let's get back.
back to the calendar that I skipped.
Yes, Tits, take over.
Okay. Event calendar for January. Hiya, everyone. Happy New Year. Here's a list of some of the upcoming events for January. Cheers. Disclaimer, all dates are subject to change. Login characters for January are Poe and Finn.
Now that's an
Okay.
interesting thing right there.
Okay, first of all,
Poe and Finn.
first of all, we need to bold, italics, and capitalize the word "some."
Huh?
Not. This
Yeah,
is
it's not
probably not
everything.
all.
Some of the upcoming
Yeah,
events.
right. And then
Probably
and then-
also all dates are subject to change, considering it was edited yesterday.
So
It was
all
like
dates-
posted just before the new year, and there's already an edit as of yesterday.
Mm-hmm. So, not all dates are subject to change. All dates will change, or a majority of dates will change. Basically, this is just a general idea. We're just painting with broad strokes here. Anyway,
Well, at least they said
I'm-
it. So I mean, because we've had that issue in the past and stuff. So I'm just saying. But the log characters for January are Poe and Finn.
I think that's important.
Which
What do you
something
think?
requiring resistance.
Yes. What are we thinking about that, guys? Man, do you think another Ray event or something? Man,
Rose.
Mm.
Rose.
Really?
So it's probably either
I
resistance.
think it's going to be General Leia,
What about that
A
scoundrel
holdo.
guy? What's the scoundrel guy's name?
DJ.
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 See,
He's not really resistance, though. I mean,
He's
I
not
wouldn't.
anything.
It's not. I would say.
He's scoundrel.
But
I
you
would
could
say
end up-
Rose. Is it Holdo? Holdo?
Oh,
The
Admiral
other-
Holdo.
Yeah, or Leia, like you said. Yeah.
It could be, but I mean, we had what was the message we had from December upcoming things where it said was something about treason. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's they're going to start
Right.
throwing in the new characters from the movie this month, right? It's just interesting to see who that turns out to be. With Finn and Rey being the logging characters, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of thrown off by that because we just went through this whole thing of trying to get with Finn and everything to try to get Veteran Han very true, so we get Jedi Rey, which we just did beginning of last month. So I'm a little miffed here, guys. I don't
Look at the way that they're releasing the new characters, in particular, like Wicked and Mother Talzin.
Yeah.
In this event thing, my guess is that there's going to be a Resistance specific event, and it's going to be the unlock of Rose. So we'll have to do this monthly event thing in order just to get Rose to 7-star.
I'm not interested.
No, it's going to be a marquee event, bro.
A lot of people are saying they're betting it's a legendary First Order character. There's a couple in chat saying that.
It's possible.
It could be the Praetorian Guard. It could be, but that would be
Hux.
legendary.
The Executor.
It could be
Executioners.
It could be Hux, maybe with a ship. Maybe he comes into the picture that way with ship battles and him, or it could be Snoke. Maybe they're going to do a Snoke.
I love that. So, and Chai Bear also said that it could be it could be like the new Phasma. So the two characters that were killed off in the most stupid way in the movie are now legendary characters.
I know. What the hell?
Yeah. Okay, so we got now. You want to talk about any of these events?
So the login characters, of course, January are Poe and Finn. Then the events are Ghost of Dathomir, starts January 1st. Defense of Dathomir starts January 3rd.
Going on now.
Assault Battles, Places of Power, January 6th through the 7th. Fleet Mastery is Executrix, January 9th. Omega Battles First Order and Scoundrels starts the 10th. Assault Battle Force Moon is January 13th through the 14th. Omega Battles Ewok and Empire starts January 15th. Heroic Battle Indoor Escalation is the 16th. Fleet Mastery Endurance is the 17th. Assault Battle Military Mights the 20th through the 21st. Omega Battle Resistance and Clones is January 24th. Fleet Mastery Home 1 is January 25th. Grandmaster Training Yoda is January 25th through the 31st. Assault Battle Ground War is 27th to the 28th. Omega Battle Jedi and Tusken is January 30th. Ghost of Dathomir, January 31st. Then the Territory Battles Rebel Assault is January 1st through the 7th. And then January 29th through the 4th. Imperial Retaliation starts the 15th through the 21st. And then we have a list of Territory Wars, which are the 8th through the 12th, the 11th through the 14th, the 22nd through the 25th, the 25th through the 28th, February 5th through the 9th, and February 8th through the 12th.
Right.
And this was just edited by Cozy on the 2nd. I just see that maybe at the bottom.
Whatever the latest one is. Now, I just like to know, where the hell is the goddamn Thrawn ship thingy?
Yeah. Do you think they'll pop that in there somewhere? Like maybe after Endurance?
No, probably with Home 1. They did it last time with the main event that they had it around the same time as Home 1, so I imagine
that's towards the end of the month. Yeah, that's the 25th.
Yeah, that's usually when they release a lot of these events anyways. Usually towards the end of the month.
Release it with Grandmaster Training Yoda. Now,
Okay.
I have a question. We were supposed to start getting Mystic events, right? Like, like for...
Yeah.
I didn't get one for Luke. Was I the only one that did not get that for Luke?
No, because he's not a legendary. He's a journey.
He's a journey character, so
He's a
only
journey.
the legendary characters we get.
Yeah,
Okay,
it looks like it's only
Correct.
legendary.
So
Is
we
Yoda a
can't-
legendary?
Yoda is a legendary,
Yoda is a
which means
So we
legendary.
should get one for that?
Yeah. Now, there's been a comment on Reddit by Capgast that says that the Yoda event is a little bit troublesome for him as far as the Mystic event. I'd have to go back and try to find it, but he has said in the past. We're
I think it's because you're using Jedi against Jedi, so that last one, you're basically using the same characters again anyways.
Yeah, he has said that there was an issue with that one. I'll have to go back and I'd have to scroll through and see, but it's kind of a big deal.
Well, just looking at the dates and everything, I mean, it seems pretty typical, pretty standard, layout of what's happening. I didn't see... I mean, I'm still wondering what they're going to use Poe and Finn for, and I'm surprised that none of the new characters have started to come into the fray, that announcements haven't been done or anything like that already for the characters, because the movie came out on the 15th and we're now into January. I mean, a little bit different than they did last time with the characters. I remember they were starting hot and heavy for the last couple of movies with characters. Even before the movie came out with Rogue One, and then afterwards they were pretty on par with trying to at least selling them as packs and stuff like that. It's interesting to see, really not much going on there.
So with the Mythic events, like I obviously haven't played anything again because I'm just now starting to unlock all of these.
That's right.
Yeah. So do you get to replay these events? So like you get to replay Thrawn?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So on
boy. I'm so excited about that.
On December 6th, Capgast said that somebody told him well done on the Mystic events, and he said eventually Yoda Mystic will likely be tweaked. Using Jedi with Yoda to fight Jedi with Yoda is strange. So he feels like that there's an issue with that one.
Fighting Jedi to get Yoda.
He says,
well, remember the last one, you fight with whoever you're fighting against? So like with one of them, you're normally playing the Resistance, and in the last phase of the Mythic event, you end up being the First Order against the Resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So with Yoda, you were using Jedi in order to get Yoda.
Right.
So in the last phase, you're again just using Jedi to fight Jedi. So that's what he's having an issue with.
Oh.
He says it
because
doesn't
it's not
fit.
really, there's no opposite there. You're using the same faction in order to get the same faction. the last phase really doesn't pan out the way that they wanted this to.
Right. It's all good.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind.
Yeah,
I don't mind. It's fine. One doesn't fit the others. It's fine.
that's all right.
Bring back like the Mother Townsend event instead during that time for those of us that have it.
That would be awesome.
I could use Mother Townsend. Some more
I
Mother Townsend.
could too.
I wish I could buy that thing a second time. I bought it once. I wish I could buy it again. But alas, no.
Alas, he's no more.
However, given this current schedule, it means, or the current calendar, I should say, it means that we could get, in the beginning of February, a second Defense of Dothmere event, right?
Okay.
Based on
Right
the fact that we get Ghosts of Dathmere right at the end.
Mhm.
So who knows? Everybody wants Thrawn. I know. Yada yada yada. Okay. Thank you, Tits, for getting me back on track
Yes, that's
You're
what she
welcome.
does.
with the agenda.
You're welcome.
Twitter response time, Finity.
Wait, did we go through the last part? Because the last part was my favorite one.
Oh, you like the last part?
Yeah.
What do you like about the last part?
The territory wars are now listed as 4 days.
Oh, right.
That's like my favorite part about this whole update.
Well, before that, Combe Carbo said that he wanted me to do an impersonation for his daughter Stella as Yoda. I think I've done enough. I'm trying to think do I need to do a little bit more Yoda for her tonight?
Sing happy birthday to her.
Birthday
Is it a
happy
birthday?
will have- Is it her birthday?
I don't know, just sing it anyway.
Oh,
That is why you will fail. Never on where you were. What you were doing. Looked away. I cannot train you, boy.
Birthday. Happy yours is. Birthday.
Well, creamy feeling. All right, there we go.
Okay.
What was the next thing, Finn, you wanted to bring up?
Twitter question.
No, there was something else.
wait. One
You keep-
question. No, I have a question for one more. I have just the
No, you
the
got
war.
a question.
The
Finn had
territory
something
war.
else he wanted to talk about. Grady just
Well,
the
wanted to go
territory
right to the Twitter
war.
question.
I know. I'm trying to talk to Finn about the territory wars. Hold your dimple there, Grande.
Yeah,
I will.
Jesus.
I'll stick a finger in it.
Just
Put a ring on it.
that dimple, man. It's 1/8 through 112 for
Mhm.
the first one, and then the second one starts 111.
So essentially what happens is that the last day is actually just a review phase. So there's 4 phases. You have the preview, then you have the defense, you have the attack, and then you have a review. The first phase and the last phase, you don't really do anything. First phase, people have to sign up. Last phase is really absolutely nothing. You've already gotten your rewards. If you're an officer, you can basically just track some of the stats and stuff at the end of it. So the next war will begin during that review phase. So the review phase and the preview phase, which is when your guild signs up, overlap. So
Totally
there's
fine
really
with that.
no consequence to it. It just makes more sense because
Yes.
Territory Wars is actually like a 4-phase event, even though you really only do things in like 2.5 if you want to count the preview phase sign up as doing something.
Gotcha.
You actually do something in the review phase, and that's whenever you gloat against your enemy. And you make video responses about how awesome you did when you just slaughtered your opponent. I'm just
What is with
I'm
you?
just-
You are really in some kind of way tonight, Grande. You're being totally mean, Grande.
Okay.
He's only saying that because we won last time.
Yeah, I am. I am only saying
I do
that.
got to give a shout out to Dark Lord Omegas. We fought them, and they did a great job. It was a fun fight. I really enjoyed hanging out
You
with
guys
those
got a real defense too, didn't you?
What's that?
You guys got a real defense too, didn't you?
From them, yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I just think that we just had a better defensive line than they did. But they appreciated. They were enjoying trying to figure out what we were doing and stuff, and then same and vice versa. So I think,
No, that's cool.
yeah, I think we clear. I don't think we had one territory left for them, but I think they ran into one of our lines. It was like, Well, one too many for them, unfortunately. But it was fun, and it was well executed and well played, and I'm glad to see that they
right.
really enjoyed it and then learned something. So
Yeah. It's all right. Hopefully I get to fight Rangers Guild next time, and you get to go up against our 2 girls and 1 you get it team.
Mhm.
So and we'll have a whole nother wall of Grande
I'll
touched
be
my
recording
bathing
that shit.
suit
Are you kidding
area.
me? I'm like, well,
Yeah.
let's see what we got
Grande
here.
touched-
Wait a minute.
Grande touched my bathing suit area. We'll have a whole wall
Hey,
of
you got a
that.
subscriber, Todd Tyner, just subscribed. Thank you very much.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the next territory war just because now I have like CLS to play with, and
Yeah.
just I'm getting bored with honestly.
Are you gonna
the
gear?
dark
Are you
side-
gonna
dark
gear it?
side. I'm trying, Grande. You're being totally
Grande.
mean.
Such
Hold
a
your distance,
taskmaster.
Grande.
for you. I was excited for you. That's
I
all.
am super excited. I'm gearing him. I think I've
Look,
got him.
Smithy's
so,
back
like,
now. He's behind the go pick on Smithy, Grande.
He left.
He left already.
he
Really?
left.
He's already gone.
He's gone.
What?
He came. He spoiled Last Jedi, and he left.
That's right. Spoiler. We have a spoiler.
Oi, spoilers.
FYI for Thane, if he's listening, I have CLS to the gear almost 9 right now.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm working on it.
a lot of Carbantes, huh?
Oh my gosh. And it's
I'll tell you-
hard because I'm trying to get GK up too. And it's like now I'm struggling between these 2 wonderful men in my life that I don't know who to give more attention to. It's very difficult.
Yeah, you just need Sir Loki luck. Sir Loki gets like a full piece in every raid.
I
That's
know.
what you need. It's
Loki
freaking
gets
sick
everything.
good.
I hate Loki.
Does.
Son of a-
Did you see that? Did you see
I
that?
did.
Rancor
We
I
saw.
got today?
he gets like.
Did
he
you
gets
see
full
it
pieces.
too?
He
I
gets
didn't
full
post it
pieces.
in.
He
I
gets
only
full
posted it in
pieces.
Dark Lords, man.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
he gets
like,
full. He gets full pieces every
oh
time.
my god. Ever since I joined the guild, I only get full pieces.
It's nothing to do with Dark Lord. It all had to do with you joining
No.
RSG.
Yeah.
Give us stuff.
Probably.
Yeah, that too.
I want the
dude,
crystals.
today
Yeah, I
was
mean,
like
what is that
amazing.
like, Loki? Like, would you just get everything given to you?
Like being a girl.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What's it like? What's it like being
Oh,
a yeah?
snap.
It's like being a
Oh,
girl.
snap.
It's like being a
Oh,
princess.
snap.
Oh my gosh, feminists, stop yelling at me. I can already hear it now. I'm gonna
What's it like to be a pretty princess?
Did you see all the jackpots I won? And
Yeah,
oh
I
my
Yes,
saw
we
that.
saw
God,
Loki.
man.
You're the
You had a very good
Woo,
Christmas and a very
man.
good New Year. That's for sure.
Oh my god.
Can we talk about the Twitter question now?
How about now?
I suppose.
Yeah, it's up to
Yeah,
Do
Todd.
we
kind of
have to?
I'm kind of excited about the Twitter question. So back on
Okay.
Twitter, we said my New Year's resolution for SWGOH is blank. While you're pulling it up, do we want to go around the corn and ask everybody what their resolution is for SWGOH? Let's do
I
that.
have one.
Let's do that. Okay, Tits, what's yours?
Mine is to break into the top. I want to say top 30.
Top 30. Nice. That's a good goal.
As a free to play, that's a good goal for me. I
I
think
totally
top
agree.
30.
It's a sweet goal. Ranger, what's your goal?
3 million GP.
3 million GP. Loki, what's your goal?
He doesn't have it. He's got everything.
Keep Grande happy. That's
Keep Grande happy. Am I not happy a lot of the time? Damn.
You're an angry
Probably
Grande.
needed. I guess so.
Prison's
Finity,
changed you.
Finity, what is your goal for?
So at the end of Q1, get all of the Zetas on the Night Sisters. End of Q2 is to get 3 million GP, and by the end of the year, remod like my entire squad with proper mods.
Nice. That's a good goal. I don't know if I have a goal right now.
Keep
Gosh,
Loki
I
happy.
need keep Loki happy. That's my goal, is to keep Loki happy. That's a great goal. So
Hey Loki,
How
how about now?
how about now?
right
Yeah.
now.
How about right now?
Right now. Like right now. Like
I'm
right
still looking at my raid rewards, man. This is like
Enough, Loki. We get it. Jesus, move on. Live in the now.
You get free stuff. We know. God damn it.
I don't get crystals anymore. I just get gear.
You know, you don't have
Full
you haven't got
gear.
crystals yet. They're coming.
All right. So, Twitter question: what are our responses?
All right. So
Quit
Hagar.
sharing stuff with the damn Skype. Loki, no one cares. You're rich, bitch. We get it. Stop it.
So
Did you see that Wheel of Fortune video I put in the Skype last time?
No.
God, it was awesome.
Are you talking about hitting that Wheel of Fortune?
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's ridiculous.
All night. Just all night.
I just need to send you money to buy my lottery ticket for me.
Yeah, for real.
We should just start a pool of for lottery tickets and just send all the money to Loki to buy the tickets.
I know.
You
for
know,
real.
there's this social media site called Twitter. Use it sometimes.
Go to the Twitter.
Well, why don't we do what Grande
Go to the
wants to do?
Twitter.
My bad, Grande.
God forbid any of us want to chat about
Yeah,
it.
talks amongst ourselves. Grande's like, let's do the goddamn Twitter question for Grande has a damn cake conniption or something, and then just starts sugar rush mad executing everybody in prison. So I
got my shiv out, baby. I got my shiv out.
All right, read the question, Finn. Let's get into this before Grande strokes out.
So the question again, my New Year's resolution for SWGOH is blank. Hagar wrote, teach all players it is mythic, not mystic events.
Oh damn!
Hagar,
Have I
a good
been saying
YouTube
that
friend.
wrong?
You haven't checked out, support his channel, guys. Hagar, he's got his own YouTube. Had him on a couple times. Good guy.
He's a fun guy. He's a fun guy too.
Next one is to go with what Grande said about his Ugnaught in his guild. Sanely Red said his resolution is a G12 Cup and Zeta Clone Wars Chewie.
Dang.
That's horrifying.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
Teals, shout out to our Nerf herder buddies.
Yep.
Teals said his New Year's SWGOH resolution is to keep T-Money from going crazy Canadian on the world.
Good luck.
That's a very
we're trying safe words, all
ambitious.
kinds of
That's
stuff.
That's ambitious right there. Yes.
I mean, we're running out of ideas. I mean, me and Tiz have really been brainstorming this one, and
I came up with a safe word for her and everything just to kind of like reel her in. It doesn't work.
yeah,
That woman is awesome.
yeah.
Awesomely fun.
You can't
Mighty
reel her in.
Joe.
You can only hope
Exactly.
to control her. And then
You can just hold on and enjoy the ride.
pretty
really.
much,
That's the only thing you can do.
Mighty Joe wrote that his New Year resolution is to use a basic every chance I get.
That's right. There you
Yeah.
go. Use a basic.
Do a basic. Let's do a basic. All right.
Sith Lord said to find a way to make Sith viable. Oh wait, not possible.
Yeah, that's about right.
Mm,
I wish, man.
yeah, that's pretty rough.
The late picks, and I'm not a fan of this one. He wrote, one day to spend 599 energy to check if my guild is watching. Don't do it. Please don't do it.
599.
It has to be 98 anyways.
You could be 98. You could do 598.
Yes. And
We
don't do it. Why are you making my life difficult? He's in my guild. Don't make it difficult.
Do it. Yeah, do it. In fact, I like the idea. Go
Oh,
for it.
man.
Let's see. What else do we have here? Carl Smith wrote to not panic farm the next OP hero.
Oh, for real.
Oh, dang. Oh, dang.
That's actually
That's
a
a
really good
hard
one.
Fatality V2 wrote to 7-star POW and Cup. Why do you not have them 7-starred already?
Well, because you had to farm the other characters, Finn. We're not all at the end game. You got to think outside the box, everybody.
Again, why do you not have them already?
Because maybe he was farming the other characters he doesn't have that he needs.
There is nothing
Yeah.
more useful than POW and Cup.
You are making that up. Shame on you, Finn. You're a very bad man, Finn. Very bad.
Okay.
Varangian Vigilante wrote to keep pushing for the General Grievous rework in 2020.
You know, I think that's closer than we think, actually.
It's 2
I
years-
do too.
2 years away.
I don't know if I'm hopeful or if it's realistic.
Hashtag I did my 6
Rebellions are built on hope,
hashtag,
Finn.
Or hashtag fix Grievous.
Hashtag rework Palpatine first.
Hashtag fuck that. Give me Revan.
Hashtag we need porgs. Okay.
Hashtag stuff him up Finn's ass. Double hashtag.
Double hashtag.
Double
at the end.
Then we have two more. One is from Ouchie Dumpling.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Says Zetaing everything possible on my Night Sister team, and then insert evil cackle.
Oh, no.
I am right with you on that.
Evil cat.
Ouchie,
That team is
good.
good.
She's been working on that Night Sister team.
I have
She
been.
really
Your
has
destiny.
on it.
It's a really good team.
I am 2 out of 4 of the Zetas that I need right now, so I'm hoping to finish mine soon.
Very well. Lord
And
Dumpling.
lastly is from Grim.
Uh-oh.
My New Year's resolution for SWGOH is pop up, buy the Boba Fett pack now. No, I don't want to buy the pack. Let's try this again. My New Year's resolution pop up, buy the Boba Fett pack. Damn it, I don't want the damn pack. My New Year's resolution pop up, buy the new oh my God.
That's my favorite. Real. That was hilarious.
Right?
Our listeners are so clever. They're so-
Quite clever indeed.
They are.
Oh, that was great. Oh, Lord.
And that concludes the Twitter question.
Are you happy now, Grande? We did the Twitter questions.
The Twitter
Yes, I'm fair.
questions.
The Twitter questions.
Done, Mike.
You did the
Okay.
quitter questions.
I did the Twitter questions.
Probably when you try to
Oh,
say something when
man.
you're yawning.
Okay, so now it's time for stream questions.
Oh,
So, keyboard. We're gonna give this one to, let's give it to Ranger.
oh.
Okay,
Is it about
so
food?
why? Okay, are any of you using Jedi Training Ray?
Well,
So-
I'm about to. And
About to.
I can pull it up. I've got the game. Oh no! I closed the game out. Let me pull it back
Lo-
up.
Loki, are you using her yet or no? In Arena?
I don't think Loki likes her.
In Arena, no. I use her in Territory War. That's it.
Yeah, me too. Finn, you using her? In Arena?
I'm working on her, but no, she's not even on my radar for Arena. I'm working on Night Sisters.
And Tits, you using her or no?
In my dreams.
I'm not using her.
Only in my dreams.
Yeah, I don't even have her. I don't have her.
I'm not using her either. I'll use her in Territory Wars.
How about now?
Where's Smithy, man? We gotta sing, man.
No,
Like
right?
Singing
So-
with
He came
Smithy.
in. He said with his piece, and then he left us
Hey.
like a.
Oi!
Oh,
Oi!
David Rodriguez. Raider Nation has a question for the panel. Most rated Rey Jedi training pretty bad. After seeing her in the field for a few weeks, any change to your overall grade? Anyone give her an A? So this goes back to our video where we all rated her like C's or D's or C pluses or C minuses or whatever. Tits, how would you rate Jedi Training Rey?
So far from what I've seen, she seems pretty badass. I would definitely give her. I mean, to me, the highest I've seen is like a CLS, being game changing CLS, and I mean, a lot of people say Thrawn, but CLS is what I see, and I think Rey looks like she's up there with it, with being a total game changer, especially for like a new player or for a free to play player. Getting Rey, it would mean a big difference. So I would give her like an A, to be honest. I know some of the other
Give her an
guys
A. Not
don't,
a problem.
but I do. I think so. But it might be because I don't have her and I don't play with
Yep.
her. So
Infinity, would you change your rating now of Rey?
No, and for exactly what Tits just said. There's no way a new player can get Rey. The farm that you needed in order to get Rey, and the fact that she's a legendary, still is very disappointing to me. She doesn't have anything unique about her. The undispellable 2-turn healing immunity thing is interesting, but overall, I mean, her kit is nice. I think she's very disappointing as a journey character, and so I don't really change it. She's a useful character. I like her kit. Her kit as a legendary character would have gotten a much higher grade. As a journey character, no. I still rate her a D.
Okay.
a
Sir
D
Loki.
or a B?
D as in Delta.
Ooh.
Is it don't piss off Finn?
That's what my rating was
Mhm.
at the beginning. My rating wasn't based on the fact that her kit wasn't good. It was, what is she as a legendary character, which is what she was. And the fact that you needed to farm the veterans on short notice, like everything encompassing, not just her character, but what you needed in order to get her, how quickly you needed to get her, and all of that combined, she's a disappointment. If
So
she was
what if-
easier to get, it would have been a much higher grade.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. If it was not counting just the character play itself, what would you call her? What would you rate her?
Her kit is probably like a B+, I would say.
Gotcha.
Her kit is actually pretty nice, but I just don't like the way that she was introduced. Her
Well,
character is
I look at if you can get her, what is her value, right? So I've moved mine up to a B, just a B average, not a plus or minus, just a B. I was a C, but I did rate her a C. The problem with Rey is she's really good, but she has to be a leader. She has very specific things that you need for her. If you get them, then she's fucking amazing. But if you don't, then she's, you know, it's not like you can add her somewhere else. You know, I mean, we're still playing around with her, but I haven't really seen anything of use as a leader with BB-8 and R2 and that combination. She could be she's great on offense. Defense, it's easy to get around her, right? I beat Rey teams all the time. But, so I have moved my grade up a little bit. I don't think she's meta changing. I don't think she's meta influencing. You can see on the meta, but I just think this because people got her, and, you know, we'll have to wait to see with how many people just got CLS and get him geared up and stuff. I mean, I like to see that she is changing the meta, but she's not a hard team to beat by any stretch of the imagination. It's not hard. If you have Thrawn in your team, you will beat Rey every time. You know, unless you just have like the worst RNG ever, because, you know,
you don't even need great mods.
No, CLS goes, Thrawn goes. I mean, it just wrecks that team. You know,
even when you're double tanked with Zetas on old Ben, it's still not impossible.
No, it's actually pretty damn easy to get. I mean, nice sisters against that team, but offensively, because you're controlling the characters and stuff, it's a good team.
Works on offense.
I brought my grade up a little bit. She's not A level. Sorry, I don't see it. I mean, she's very condensed, and you need certain characters with Zetas to make it work. Now, it will not go beyond a B for me. I mean, that's the reason my grade up a little bit, because I haven't seen her and stuff. But yeah, B for me. That's it.
Loki, what do you think?
My grade hasn't changed. I don't think she's great.
Now you gave her a Q, right?
Shoot, I gave her like an F minus
or like
something.
a D. You gave her like a D, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
I think we were all like C's and D's.
All the points that Finn brought up, I think it sucks that you got to farm a first order team to get BB-8, and then you know obviously you need BB-8 to get her. The issue I have with the first order team is you got to farm all the ones that, you know, half of that team isn't viable anymore, you know, the way they are. And the first order members that are viable, they're not farmable yet. So I would rather farm Crew, Kylo and Mass than Phasma. For me to farm Phasma and, I don't know, first order officer is good. But even like, you know, yeah, it's, I mean, first order Stormtrooper is hard to farm, even though, he's got single node still.
He's really hard to farm.
Yeah, but I mean, again, you have to farm the whole first order to get BB-8, which is a headache, and then you got to do the 2 veterans, which have never seen the light of day in my roster.
No, I've never used.
You know, I've never seen them in arena. They're not anywhere in the game. They're pretty much useless characters. You can farm them to the minimum, whatever it is, gear 7, gear 8, whatever it is. If you got God mods, then maybe gear 6. I don't know, but. Again, you got to get them to 7 stars, and that's just horrible. So her farm ability, you know, like just the way to get her, I agree with Finn 100%. And then her kit, the problem I have with her kit, again, is half of her kit is disabled if you don't run her as the leader. So you got to run her as the leader, right?
Yeah, that was.
And then the other half of the kit, you got to run BB-8. So if you don't run her as the leader and you have BB-8 on the
with
team,
his Zeta.
Exactly, right?
Which I just did tonight for the fans, so I'll run it.
So half of her kit is disabled if you don't run her as the leader and you don't put BB-8 on the team.
Yep.
We all know that now you got to run BB-8 and R2-D2. So now you're locked to 3 characters. Rey is the leader, and now you got to run 2 support characters in the back, right? And you can't run any other resistance characters in arena for a viable team. You have to go hybrid. So again, you can't run a full first order team in arena, and for it to be viable in a old shard like mine or Grandes or whoever or Rangers, it's just disappointing for a legendary character. I mean, a journey character. So Luke, when he was the journey, I think he's super accessible. Tits just got him. He's a great character. You can throw him as the leader. You can throw him in the back of a team. He can work with an all rebel squad. He can work with a hybrid team. You can't do that with Rey. So again, my grade for her hasn't changed.
Yeah, that's why I can't go higher than a B. I mean, just as a character herself. I mean, if you want to bring her down for your grades and keep them there, totally understand, because it's a legitimate argument, because she's really not viable outside of for a leader. She loses a lot. I mean, for as good as she is, it's like she's got really good things, but then she's got those bad things, and I think I could see people drawing her down. I mean, there's a lot of people using her in the meta, but
I think it's out of boredom.
It could be out of boredom.
CLS teams, as far as I can tell, haven't had an issue with Jedi Rey.
Oh, no, not at all.
It's mainly just because they're sick of the CLS meta, so they're going to Jedi Rey. I don't see it as anything where it's like the old meta used to change because the new one would counter it. So it became hard to beat it. And that's why Rex was always up there, because he was the one that would always have some opportunity against everything, and then the other ones would always kind of be like the strongest counters to the strongest team. Jedi Rey doesn't really have that. And the sad part is, I think we discussed this before, there are two really easy changes they could have made to Jedi Rey to make her like an A level for a journey character. If her basic gave an opportunity to expose, she would basically fit on any resistance team inside of outside of lead or as a lead. And the other thing was, if she just got a Jedi tag, like that would have changed her entire character dynamic as a whole, and she probably would have been a much better character as a result of it.
And then,
hey, I know we didn't want to talk spoilers before, but that's why I was really upset after seeing the movie back then, was she didn't get the Jedi tag, because in my opinion, she was considered a Jedi at the end of the movie, but that's just my opinion.
Even Luke considered her a Jedi.
I think so, but
it's silly, man.
And she should have been a Jedi, because the Jedi team, right? I mean, there's no viable Jedi team right now, right? I mean, if she was just the leader, I mean, people would have broke out their Jedis again in Arena. It would have been fun, but it didn't happen.
I blame Finn.
Yep. All right. So I stay with a B. I stay with a C, like I gave her before. I don't change. I think she's good. I don't think she's great. And I think she's the worst. I know I've gotten in this before, and everybody thinks I'm weird. She's the worst of the Gen 5s. To go back into my thing about generations.
Yep, I agree.
Everybody thinks is weird. All right. So Todd Mayotti says, what do you guys think of the login characters for this month? We've kind of already talked about it. We think we're going to need to use them somewhere. Keith Jacinto has a question. He says, how do you mod Night Sisters?
Carefully.
Night Sister Zombie.
Is it Night Sister Zombie in particular? Okay.
Yeah, he put the Z in there. So
okay, Night Sister Zombie. So I'll give this one to Loki. Loki, what do you think about Night Sister Zombie? How do you mod Night Sister Zombie?
You have to decide how you're gonna run her. You can run her squishy, or you can run her buff, right? So you have to decide that. I would say, if you're on your arena shard, if a squishy zombie can hold defense, then keep her squishy, so you don't have to waste resources, and keep her squishy for as long as you can, meaning you don't get knocked out of the top 10 or whatever. If people start getting fancy with you and they want to throw their trooper team or their Lando team or their AoE, teams and stuff like that, then you might want to experiment and try to buff her up a little bit. I tried her both ways, and I ended up just wailing out and gear 12ing my zombie. But the way I would mod her is I call them squishy mods. So it's the mods that don't add any protection or health, but they have a lot of speed secondary. That's how I would mod her. You want her going fast just because you want that taunt to keep coming up.
So just speed, and what else?
Just speed secondaries on a speed set with like crappy primaries. So like your triangle can be defense, your cross can be defense, the circle can be health, and then have a speed arrow, but no health or protection secondaries, thirds, fourths, whatever on that.
He's wanting like crit chance,
gotcha.
tenacity.
Yeah, you want all
set.
the crap. Yeah, you want all the squishy speed set speed secondaries. Again, you just want her fast so she can get her taunt up quick.
What gear was the squishy one? What gear would you say is the maximum you should go?
Gear
You
4,
need
Gear 5.
Yeah, I mean green. So I guess gear 3?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Gear 4.
So-
Gear 4 I think turns blue, right?
I think the problem though is that you need her 6,000 power in order to get her for territory wars. So a lot of people already got her to like low purple.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
my
yeah, I
problem.
think
Is
so,
like
too.
right when they released, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try these Night Sisters, and did not know to keep her squishy. So now she's high gear. So should you just all go full health and protection and just make her?
No, it's you
No?
still
You
want
still want her
Well,
squishy,
what's your gear level?
like 6.
Oh, that's fine. Just keep it at that. But like Finn said, if you want to use her in territory awards, then you got to get her over 6,000. I think the mod set might add to that, but I've seen people with was it just blue? But like was gear 6 is still blue, right? The blue ring around the character. So
Yeah, I think 6 is the last blue, 7 switches purple.
I think you can get it done. You can get it over 6,000 with the blue set, but if you got a bumper to 7, then go 7. The stars don't matter, I don't think. I've seen people go with a green zombie, so green gear, 7-star, and it's fine. But again, it's it's all dependent on how your arena shard is, and even the team that you're gonna run. So the squishy zombie's really really good with the Ventress lead and the Daka Zeta. So
Okay, so our next question here is from Old Man Wilson. He says, question, what is the best arena squad using Wampa or Imperial Probe Droid? Don't really want to join the Ray J meta. So, Imperial Probe Droid or Wampa, there are some really good teams. There's a guy who's put that Wampa in actually on a CLS team that I've seen, and it's worked out really well. A lot of people really love Imperial Probe Droids on an Empire team. There's a lot of really good Empire teams that run Imperial Probe Droid. You can run it with a Thrawn lead. You can run it with Palpatine. You can run it with Shore Trooper. You run it with Death Trooper. You can put Imperial Probe Droid on your Trooper team. Imperial Probe Droid has a lot of uses. Wampa seems to be a little bit more specific. From what I've seen, Wampa can almost be put in on a light side team or on a dark side team. Tends to work a little bit better on dark side teams. Loki, what have you kind of seen with Imperial Probe Droid and Wampa?
I ran Probe Droid for a little bit with my Night Sisters, so that was pretty fun. Because my shard is primarily Night Sisters. So what I'm finding out is, when their mother Talzin does the AoE with the plague and it goes through protection, it activates my Probe Droid. So pretty much when she does that, then my Probe Droid blows up somebody on their side right away, which is kind of cool. The AI plays the Probe Droid really well, I think. You can use the Probe Droid with like Imperial Troopers. I think works really good. Wampa right now, I'm a fan of Wampa with like General Kenobi, because General Kenobi gives the Wampa retribution with his little buff thing. Outside of that, I mean, the Wampa to me is kind of slow, so he doesn't go enough. I want him to go like a lot. So any kind of I've seen him in a hybrid CLS team with like Ezra, and then you target the Wampa, so the Wampa does the assist. Any of those call to assist teams would be kind of beneficial, because you want Wampa to keep using the basic.
We'll use a basic.
So that's right.
Use a basic.
Yeah, Probe Droid's got the most versatility though. You can throw him in any team. He's that good. I like him a lot. I Zeta'd him for. I got Grande some tokens, from our last territory war. He was really happy. Or Dark Side territory battle. Sorry. So there were like 3 of us in the guild that did it.
Yeah. Super good.
But yeah,
Super
Probe
good.
Droid. I mean, in Dark Side territory battle, you can use Probe Droid anywhere, man. He's so good. Especially with the Zeta.
On dark side
Yeah, because he locks all the buffs. once he gets target lock, the rebel team can't do anything. So all the issues we've all been having where they're gaining turn meter and they're buffing everybody and they get a bunch of taunt, it's not going to happen with Probe Droid. So.
Yeah. Okay, so again, keyboard asked the same question. Is anybody using Imperial Probe Droid? I think we've kind of gone over that a little bit.
Yeah.
We've also talked already about the Finn and Poe login characters as a hint.
Mm-hmm.
Bradzo SWGOH. Have you noticed that Rey doesn't always go for BB-8 on the assist attack after the Zeta investment?
I just did that.
I would expect the program should check and if there's a Zeta before going for a random resistance character. I would say that.
Do you want me to test it out? I've got it. I could do GW and try this. I mean,
right. It's on. You could try it on auto and see. I will tell you that in Arena, he does make a point that it doesn't always work right, and there's a bug on the bug forums about that. It doesn't seem to always be working the correct way. Mm-hmm. So I think he is correct by all means.
That BB-8 doesn't assist. Is that
no? That on auto, Rey does not always call in BB-8, who then calls in R2. Sometimes.
Well, he'll call R2 first.
Well, let me put Scavenger Rey in there too with this team and see what happens. Because I've got 4 resistance. Let's see what happens.
You throw Scavenger Rey in there.
Yeah, let me put that in there and see what happens. Yeah, that's right.
If you auto it, it won't.
Yeah, because she's got. It's a crapshoot, right? So target other resistance ally. Yeah, so I mean, does he pick R2? Is that the complaint?
I know.
It's totally random.
I'm just gonna go totally random. Let's just go auto. Go for it.
Yeah, it would be totally random though, is the way I read it. It doesn't say target other. It doesn't say call BB-8 to assist. It's call a target resistance ally.
Yeah. So
But I'm sure you can manipulate it. There's ways to manipulate it. Maybe make R2 like squishy and see what happens, or make BB-8 tanky and see what happens.
It could. I think it's actually total random the way it is right now, but
it's totally random.
I do.
I'll keep running GW. You guys keep going. I'll see if there's anything going on with that. So,
back to the questions here. So, Summons or Summonos asked a question. I'm running Night Sisters in Arena. How important is Old Daka Zeta? I already have both of Asajj Ventress Zeta and Towson's Unique. Thanks. I really like the Old Daka Zeta a lot. Because especially if you're running Zombie on that team, and that's because Zombie's going to die a lot. And when Zombie dies, it's going to give the ability, and every time she revives, it's going to give Old Daka 10% max health, which is stacking until the end of the encounter because she auto revives. So I think it's a really great Zeta. What are your thoughts?
I just had that happen with Scavenger Rey not being chosen over BB-8.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Sir Loki? On the Daka Zeta?
It's icing on the cake for me. Again, I don't have a squishy zombie. I opted for the buff zombie, so mine doesn't die as much. But it's icing on the cake. You don't need it. I think you need Gear 12 on Daka more than the Zeta. You're not going to see the benefits unless your zombie dies like 15 times, right? So that's just my opinion.
Okay. Next question here is from Old Man Wilson again. When are you going to start uploading these to Google Podcasts?
So I don't know if we're doing Google Podcasts. We are looking to see which would be the best for podcast form. We're working on it, guys. Trust me.
Yep.
I thought we were doing Twitch, man, and you were going to do some squats.
No,
on the stream.
I'm not going to be doing that. I mean, unless Tiz is doing it with me, we're not doing any kind of aerobic exercises.
So the next question is Old Man Wilson says.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying, Tiz? I don't feel like doing
Old Man Wilson asks a question. He says, "What is hands down the best Empire team?" I don't know if there is.
Tiz, what do you think is the best Empire team?
Empire team.
That's right. Evil. Be evil.
Hold on. I gotta go to my game and let me look at the Empire. What the fuck? Y'all ask me game questions and shit.
Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you know.
How much do you squat?
I'm assuming
300?
touche.
350?
I can tell you what it is for arena. I mean,
I would
it's
say Thrawn.
yep.
Thrawn. I mean, I guess Thrawn and I have no idea. I don't use him. I don't use.
So you got
I-
got the leader. You got the leader right.
All
What
I know
about
is Thrawn, maybe some TIE fighter pilot and Veers. Do you put Veers with Thrawn? I don't even know. Like honestly don't do anything Empire.
best taunt and healer in the game for Empire? Who is that?
Shore Trooper?
Yes, there we go. Okay. What's one of the best damage dealer duos for Empire?
Damage dealer duos.
Yeah. I'll give you a hint. They were in the Rogue One movie.
You're not causing life. You're causing.
Is it Gar Saxon in the Super Commando?
Yes. You're not
like
causing life. You're
Yeah,
causing
what about Death Trooper? What about Death Trooper and Director Krennic?
Oh, I don't even have Director Krennic unlocked.
Okay.
I don't even have him unlocked. Should I be working on him?
And then the last one to kind of round that out to give you the double taunt would be Stormtrooper.
So
To
Death
me-
Trooper, Krennic,
Uh-huh.
Thrawn,
Lead.
Shore Trooper.
Yep. Stormtrooper.
And who was the one to round it out, you said?
Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper.
So it's three troopers, a director, and a Grand Admiral.
That's the strongest Empire team right now.
That last position I've seen switch a lot though. That Stormtrooper position, because I've seen it with like Imperial Probe Droid. I've seen it with
I have seen it with Imperial.
Tarkin.
Yep.
They're pretty neat actually. They all kind of have their own little niche. I agree with you that Stormtrooper is probably the best. It's hard to give a hands down. I think the other four are like the core for the best team though.
Yes.
So
Okay.
my Empire sucks then because I don't have any I don't have Stormtrooper, Shore Trooper,
So
or
what do-
Death Trooper up.
So what do we think is the best team for Empire? I can throw it up here real quick. Lead would be
Thrawn,
Troopers.
Ron lead,
Thrawn lead.
Ron
Shore
lead.
Trooper.
Shore
Death
Shore
Trooper,
Trooper.
Krennic, Shore Trooper, and then
Yes.
Stormtrooper.
So Death Trooper with Krennic. Who else?
Shore and
Trooper,
Storm.
and then just regular old Stormtrooper.
So what are all these Veers teams I'm seeing?
So that's an Imperial command, Imperial Trooper.
I think that's the best team right there, man.
That's a
What,
really
Thrawn?
nice team too.
No, Veers lead. with
That's what I was
Colonel
always
Stark, Stow Trooper.
So I
Stormtrooper.
like that team. I just don't think that team is like that team.
Better
can't
than
That
hold-
team
that-
is like
it's a climbing team. It's not a hold real well.
No, I have a lot in my shard. I have a lot of Veers teams in my shard, but I can beat them really easily. And if I can beat them, then they're not that great. Just being honest.
Ooh, you got shot down, Loki.
Lucky's team would probably be great, but
You're right, Grim. I don't think I think Ranger. You don't have Veers. Zeta
Damn
yet,
it.
do you?
that Trooper
No,
team is bad ass though, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
against who? Like, let's break it down. Against who are
If
they
you have
really
Snow
bad?
Trooper with what? Snow Trooper gets
Well,
the
now that I've done
bayonet.
BB-8,
Oh
my
man.
next Zeta will go to Veers. I'll do the Veers Trooper team.
Yeah.
If you got Gear 12 Snow Trooper with the bayonet, and then you have Stark on that team, that dude has like 300 armor penetration or something. Like it's
It
something
is pretty
crazy.
good. It is pretty good. That is a
And
pretty
then
good.
dude, that guy will.
The other
that Snow
thing
Trooper
that's
will
nice.
cut through everything, man.
The other reason to push real hard on Veers and Snowtrooper is Veers and Snowtrooper. Well, Veers and Snowtrooper will never be requested in a platoon mission. They're Hoth heroes. So dark side territory battles, you will always have your Veers available, and you will always have your Snowtrooper available. Just like Vader. Vader's
So-
not requested in a dark side platoon mission.
So for a new player that's like looking to like really focus on an Empire team just for, like you said, like the battles and stuff, what you guys would suggest doing the Thrawn route, or would you go with the Veers Trooper? Just like you said, they're not requested a lot.
Thrawn.
If you want to actually
Veers.
play with them, and not have to give them up in platoons, then go Veer Snow Trooper
Well,
for Dark Side
for a
TV.
new
But
player, Loki,
Thrawn
you
is
still go
useful in other
Veers.
places.
Thrawn has
I mean-
so much more flexibility in the game.
Yeah, I
And
mean, you could
Stark
No, but
can
you
take
can
forever.
no, but you can put Thrawn on that team too. I mean, I'm just saying that.
Well, I mean,
that,
Stark is going to take forever for like a new player to get because he's only Guild Store.
Thrawn does take a long time. Here's the thing: is what do we do every day? Arena, right? What do we do every day? We do Ships Arena. So by far, hands down, Thrawn is the best ships fleet commander. And so if you want to get it, go hard on that because you're going to use them every day. You're only going to Dark Side TV once every 20 days, man.
Yeah.
You know, you only do it once every 20 days. Work your arena.
To be honest, I hate Dark Side TV. It's my least favorite aspect of the game right now.
Okay. So I think we beat this question to death. Mad Dad asked a question. Do you think the meta has transitioned away from the Commander Luke Skywalker, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Han Solo, R2, GK team because Rey, PT Rey is actually better, or just because how the segment of the meta has been since CLS's original release? Basically, are we transitioning away from that team because Rey is good, or because people are just kind of
Bored. They're bored.
I think they're bored. And they can win. Almost anything wins on offense. So they're bored and everything wins on offense. That's my 2 cents on it. Anybody else agree to disagree?
I agree with you.
Okay. Keyboard asked a question. How do you deal with Jedi training Rey teams?
I still beat them with GK Zera's teams. My General Zera still beats.
Yeah, ability block works. Heals, Zera's heal steal.
The main
works.
thing is you have to be on the AI of a General Zera's team is going to lose against Jedi Rey. I already know that. It just doesn't work out. The AI is stupid with that team. On offense, you just have to time your abilities, like when you're using your fracture. Because I use Kenobi lead with Zerus, CLS, Thrawn, and Nihilus. Nihilus is Zeta. His unique Zeta is basically what shuts down BB-8 and kind of screws over that entire team because they get debuffs on their turn, which makes it a lot easier to slow down Rey's like entire lead ability. And then all I have to do is just make sure I time my abilities properly with the other characters, and it's pretty easy. So I don't really see any issue with beating Jedi Rey as long as I time my like fracture and stuff appropriately.
Yeah. So I think it's not too terrible. There's lots of different ways to beat that team on offense. You do need some halfway decent mods, and you need a little bit of RNG luck, but it's not too bad. Vormax says, "What do you guys think of the Defense of Darthmere event and the amount of time it will take for you to farm Mother Townsend and her undead friends?"
What's it, 5 years?
It's not going to take that long. We didn't get quite as many of them in December as we would have liked, or we didn't get quite as many of them in November as we would have liked. But it'll come around, man. I mean, if you really want them, refresh them, and you'll cut the time in half, man.
Yeah, I mean, it is a long time though, because right now we're on pace for 10 shards a month, and right now I still have 50 shards to finish off the 5th star. So that's 23 weeks that I have left. Or 23 months, sorry. 23 months. So I'm looking at 2 years if I don't do any refreshes. So it's a while if you don't do the refreshes.
Do some refreshes, bro.
But even with the refresh, it's a year.
Do some refreshes, bro. Try some packs.
But you don't need her at 7-star though.
No, you don't.
You
That's
don't.
the one. Well, if you want to use her in like dark side territory battles, you do, but otherwise you don't.
Yeah.
I really want to use her in like phase 6 of dark side territory. She was fun in like the first few.
Pokey asked a question. What is the lowest power squad any of you have that you have used on the Rolo Shard mission? I got it for 55K, but I would love to use less. I don't normally go into that mission for the Rolo shards trying to see how little I can do. I go in trying to make sure I actually win it. So I've not actually tried to do it as low as possible. Anything's possible though, man. Anything's possible. Let's see.
How about now?
Harley's little sister. That's a question. Honestly, who do you think is the next hero's journey to come and win? Let's go around the corn. Tits McVenom is the next hero's journey character, or villain's journey, I guess you could say, right? It could be either way, right? Light side or dark side.
What one we want? A villain's journey?
Yes.
Well, it's the next journey. Do you think it's going to be a villain's, a hero's? What are you thinking?
Light side, dark side. Yeah. What are your thoughts on it?
Okay, a journey is like what Ray was, Jedi training.
Ray and CLS.
CLS is a journey.
Yeah.
So the next journey.
Yeah. What's the next journey? The next journey character.
I don't know. It's got to be one that's coming out with the new movies. Do you think it has to be one of those?
No, I don't think it has to be.
Nope, doesn't have to be.
It could be a completely new character. I would love to see like a dark side new character like Revan. That's for Ranger.
Who?
Revan. I would love to see like a Revan.
Who is it?
Yes, Revan. I want it now. Give him to me now.
Yeah.
You want a female Revan or a male Revan?
I
No,
would love to see
a
a
male Revan.
I would
He
love
can
to
have
see
the
a
female
Revan.
version. I want the male version.
No, because you can pick a female version. You pick your gender on that game.
Well,
and
we
then
don't
you
know
can
how.
be Revan.
I mean, they can identify male or female. It doesn't really matter. Just it is what
They
it
can
is.
identify. Today, identify male. Tomorrow, I don't know.
I think a Bane would be really cool too.
Bane would be cool.
I don't know.
Loki, what do you think?
I'm gonna go really vanilla on this question. I'm gonna say C-3PO is the next one because they're gonna start on like Anakin, like skeleton, like wired up C-3PO, and then he gets his plating done, and then he gets beat up on Bespin Cloud, like he gets torn up by the Ugnaughts. And then he gets reassembled, and then he gets the red arm.
Red arm, I love it. Red arm. And then he
yeah.
loses his red arm, right?
No, and then it's all polished up again, man. He got new plating in episode 8. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Finity.
I'm gonna say C-3PO.
Nice, C-3PO. Affinity, what do you think? Who's the next journey character?
Jedi Luke, and it's going to require Hermit Yoda, Wampa, and CLS.
Ding, 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 ding. I think that's a really good choice.
So you won't be getting him for like 3 years then, right?
No, my stuff is almost done. I'm working on. I've been working on Hermit Yoda and Wampa since they came out. So my Hermit Yoda is like what is he? 16 shards away from 6-star, and I'm on my way to unlocking Wampa probably in 2 territory battles.
Nice.
Damn! Congrats. You're
Ranger.
further away than me.
No, right? Ranger, what do you think? Who's the next journey character?
I think it's gonna be Lord Vader, Jedi Knight Anakin as he's Lord Vader, and then you get the scene where you underestimate my power, and then you get to cut his legs and arms off and stuff. I think you'll get the throne room scene or the the kid scene too. Like, Master Skywalker, what are we to do? Like you versus like 6 little younglings. I think it's gonna be brilliant.
So what's the character gonna be though? What is the unlock gonna be?
Lord Vader, Anakin Skywalker, as he
Anakin
turns into Lord
Skywalker.
Vader.
So basically, it's like
Lord
Red Eye.
Vader.
It's Red Eye Vader.
Red Eye Anakin. Oh, gotcha.
No, he's not Anakin anymore. He's Vader.
He's gonna be Vader, but we have a Vader.
No, we have Robot Vader. We have Automaton Vader.
So it's gonna be Sith Anakin, right? Not
Sith
Empire.
Gotcha.
Not Empire.
Gotcha.
Sith
Yeah,
Anakin.
Sith Anakin.
Sith Anakin.
And I got to tell you, I think it's Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker in a black suit. So I'm going with Finity on that one. I think he's right.
He better be better than Jedi Training Rey. That's all I gotta
Oh
say.
God, he better be.
If they make Jedi Knight Luke worse than CLS, that's gonna be a stupid move.
What if it's like an old Luke? We have old Ben. What if it's an old Luke?
I think there is going to be an old Luke.
I think so
Eventually,
too.
yeah.
He's gonna have that
After the
like
next movie.
transportation power, like some kind of.
You
ulti or
underestimate
something.
my power.
You'll probably need like each stage of Luke for the next one, which is why I
Yeah.
think you need CLS for like
And then,
Jedi.
and then what's his
Jedi Luke?
special move? He's gonna throw the big fishing stick at you, like that's his special move.
He'll
Suck
milk you.
blue-
He'll
suck
blue
on
milk
blue
you.
Special,
milk.
no,
I'm
the
gonna blue
special
milk you.
move. Oh, I got the special move.
Blue
Special
milk
move-
grenade or some green milk grenade, you know, or
No,
something.
it's going to be Darth Nihilus is going to try to annihilate him, and he's going to just disappear and then reappear. He's like,
He's gonna give you a
Projected.
wink. He's gonna give you a wink,
a
right?
wink,
And then he's
yeah.
and then he's gonna go. Then he's gonna go all Keanu Reeves from The Matrix and like
Oh,
bend
yeah,
over
Kung
backwards. The next hero's journey is gonna be Mace Windu into Snoke.
somebody in chat wrote. Somebody already nicknamed him. Get off my lawn, Luke. Get off. my lawn. I love it. That's awesome.
Oh man. So
I hate
All right,
sand,
so we-
Anakin.
so we beat this one to death. Now the next question here is from Keyboard. What are the advantages and then disadvantages to a Zeta Ezra? So Ezra gets a Zeta on Flourish, right? And it's 50% more damage and 25% plus 25% turn meter gain, and gain defense up for 2 turns whenever he does that. I think it's a decent Zeta. I'm going to tell you, if you're looking at Zetaing the Phoenix team, I really think you ought to look at Kanan. I really think you ought to look at Zeb. I really think you ought to look at Sabine.
Yeah, those are more important than.
And
than
potentially you might even want to look at Hera before you did Ezra.
Yeah.
The thing is that Ezra is so great on a Jedi team, on a Rebel team. His Zeta is good, but if you're looking to make like a Phoenix team super awesome, really got to tell you, Zeb, Kanan, Hera, Sabine all seem like better Zetas if you're trying to make that team viable.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on what you're trying to do.
Because back in the day when Ezra first came out, he was until they did Zetas. I mean, he was really the only viable Phoenix character that we were like, yeah, you might want to use him.
Agreed. So Shay Locomotive asked a question. The question is for me, actually,
Oh,
believe it or not. How should we mod the Night Sisters for the Towson event going on right now? So I think that whenever it depends on which Night Sisters you're taking in, right? So
I did it with basic mods and stuff, man. I mean,
And it's probably the originals, right? Because most
Mhm.
people don't have Spirit, Zombie, or Towson at 5-star to use.
yeah, I had all those, and it wasn't that hard.
So if you're gonna look at something like Acolyte, you're gonna want like a crit. You're probably gonna want like a health set, 2 health sets, and like a crit chance set. And you're gonna want for around the corn, right? Speed arrow, probably like a defense. Like a crit chance triangle and like a protection circle. If you're gonna use initiate, you're probably gonna want like a speed arrow, a crit chance triangle, and a protection circle. And then for the cross, you're probably going to want protection as well. On Acolyte, you're probably going to want protection or offense on Acolyte. Let's look at like a Saj, right? Saj Ventress, you're going to want to probably go crit damage, crit chance with like speed arrow.
Did you say massage Ventress?
A Saj Ventress. I'm sorry.
Oh,
A Saj Ventress. Speed arrow, crit damage triangle, protection circle at potency cross, crit damage, crit chance set. And then if you wanted to look at like Old Daka is pretty much health all the way. Speed arrow, protection triangle, protection circle, and protection cross. Be my guess. It's just a kind of real basic way to do it, but I mean you could tell me you wanted to do potency on Old Daka if you wanted to, and I would be okay with that. You could tell me you want to do a health triangle and a health circle, and I would be okay with that. Loki, do you feel any different about that?
Yeah, look, meh.
no, that sounds great.
Okay, good.
You're just so
David-
motivated, Loki. I swear.
David, well, Loki knows Night Sisters, in a lot of ways, better than I do. So, I mean, he runs them in arena.
Does he? Does he really?
Yeah. Yes. David Rodriguez has a question. Question is Ray, Jedi Training, BB-8, R2, Old Ben. Who is your fourth? If you don't have GK and you wanted to run another tank, who would be your top 4 tanks and in what order? So if you want to run a tank on that team and you got Old Ben, I'd probably say you could look at Poe. Poe would be a great choice.
What's the team again?
So his team is Jedi Training Ray, BB-8, R2, and Old Ben. He's looking for a 5th tank. And I said, and so when you want to look at 5th tanks, I think you really got to look at Poe as potentially being your 5th tank. There's a lot of synergy between Old Ben and Poe. If you can make them super fast, there was a team a long time ago. It was like Old Ben and Poe. It was a freaking sweet team. If you can mod them correctly, I think that team could be highly beneficial to you. You could always run Baze Malbus on that team.
I would go with Nebbit, potentially.
You could run Nebbit. That's an interesting choice. Yeah, because you're running so many droids.
Mhm.
That would be a good choice. Shore Trooper, Sunfac would also be another choice that you could run. You could also run First Order Stormtrooper on that team. And I think it would be good. Scarif Rebel Pathfinder.
Chopper.
Ooh, Chopper.
Chopper.
Chopper is a
And,
good.
and Stormtrooper Han.
He's not a tank tag though. He's not really a
The
tank.
only problem, though, is he has no tank tag. Stormtrooper Han would work, right?
Zeb
Yeah,
is a
but Chopper's got a taunt, man. If
Chopper
you got
is
a
a
taunt,
really-
you're a tank, man. Come on.
Chopper does have a taunt, and so Chopper would be a very good one to run on that team.
And
In
he's
fact,
super
that is
tanky, too.
a meta team. In fact, I think I'm just going to change my opinion and say Chopper.
Chopper.
Get to the Chopper!
Run the-
Andrew Bruce, I have 6 hours left for CLS. Last stage is pretty tough. I've got to the last stage and can take 1 or 2 enemies before being wiped. How should I mod Leia, and are there any tips? So, if you're talking about Leia, and how you want to mod Leia, Leia is pretty much crit damage, crit chance. So, speed arrow, crit damage triangle, protection circle, and offense or protection cross. If your Leia is weak, I would go with protection. If your Leia is strong, I would go with offense. That's how I would mod Leia.
I had her modded with more offense, but that's only because I have her geared a little bit higher. I have her like at 11 gear, and it was
and
fairly
you want her,
easy.
and you want her to be stealthed pretty much all the freaking time. You don't want her getting hit. She's your main damage dealer on that team.
That triple mollywop.
Just what you do.
BKRM. Which half of Snoke would we get?
I'll think both.
That's hilarious. T Money asked a question, and we'll bring this one to Infinity. Infinity, let's give this one to you. Any non-meta teams you are beating Ray Jedi Training with? Non-meta.
I mean, I guess GK Paris isn't meta anymore, but
That's true.
I haven't changed my squad because I haven't had really any reason to. I'm working on my Night Sisters.
Damn it!
I can't
Just
really
when I get her up.
Woohoo.
Are you
Just-
playing? Are you playing Galactic War?
Are you playing Galactic War, Finn?
Me?
No,
I'm not.
tits. That was tits.
Tits.
Yeah,
You're
that
playing
was
Galactic
it.
War.
No, it's not. I swear. I mean, I am, but I played it on my phone, so you
Uh-huh.
can't hear it.
I played it on my phone.
She was like, oh man, she didn't get it up. Oh,
No.
getting all mad.
I was like, that makes no sense with what I just said. What are you talking about?
Oh man, she didn't get it up.
No, I mean, I
Sis
haven't
has
played with
decided
many non
She is bored.
I am not. I'm multitasking.
Yawn. Yawn.
Multitasking.
I'm multitasking.
That's why she can't answer any questions, Grande, because she's
Yeah.
too busy.
I am totally answering questions
You're
with
like, let me look at my
Let me- let me-
game.
Let me look at my game. Let me look
I
at
am
the
not going to
Empire.
feed a bunch of bullshit about what I know and what I don't when I obviously don't know stuff. So
Okay.
I'm answering questions within my knowledge base,
How
and the
about
one
now?
other. How about now? Just go ahead and answer the question.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know too many non-meta teams that are on my arena shard, so it's hard for me to say any non-meta teams that are successful against Jedi Ray. Doesn't seem like it changed the meta very much in the arena shard at all. There's just more Jedi Ray, but every team is still equally viable. So I don't know any non-meta teams that I'm not beating anything with any non-meta if you consider Kenobi and Barris as meta.
Yeah, I think it's a good team.
Loki, have you experimented since you have every character modded?
Mm-hmm.
You could do it with troopers.
With what?
Anything?
With
Have you
anything?
tried it? Have you tried like Ewoks against Jedi Ray?
Oh, no. I've actually been trying to find like crappy bottom roster teams that'll beat Jedi Ray meta teams because of Territory Wars. So I want to find those kinds of teams to
you could
obviously help my guild out. So, but I mean, Rex Lead is still really good against Jedi Training Ray. It pretty much shuts it down. So I just have to scrape up a bottom row, third row group of tunes with Rex Lead and and use that in Territory Wars. But I don't know. I don't have any issues taking the team down.
You could potentially do it with Ewoks, though, right? Zeta Chirpa.
What does that do? You have to take buffs away. That's the issue. So they only have one dispeller, right? Or is Logray does Logray does a dispel with daze? Is that what he does? So you probably need that.
Yeah, it's called Hypnotize.
Hypnotize. What about Prophylactic Vision? That was my favorite.
Right.
No. Yeah, Prophylactic Vision is on Aplu.
Oh, shoot.
Aplu has that. You're getting your fuzzy Chai Bears mixed up.
I think Kylo Unmasked, like First Order, is still. I mean, that's a good team to use against Jedi Ray. I don't think it's meta, but he's a diamond in the rough, man. I think Kylo Unmasked Lead is pretty damn good.
What did you say?
What? Oh man. Okay. So let's see. So now we're down to good old Maurice. With all that is said about Ray, should I put my next Zeta on Colonel Stark? Dude, I have looked at this Colonel Stark Zeta. I'm gonna tell you, I'm kind of impressed with it. So this is on his unique Imperial Intelligence, right? And this is at the end of his turn, Stark recovers 3% protection and removes 1% turn meter from all enemies for each active Empire ally, doubled for Imperial troopers, which means he'd remove 2% and he would gain a bunch of protection. I think that Zeta is actually kind of good.
Plus, he has that 50% that plus 50 armor penetration too.
Dude, this guy is
Oh, he has that without the Zeta though, man. I'm a big fan.
Oh, I thought that was with the Zeta.
No, but the like for example on his Blizzard 4 Barrage, he has this like stagger chance if you put the Omega on it. Anytime you can get stagger, it's super freaking sweet. The crit damage up for all Imperial troopers or all Imperial allies, I think is pretty good, sweet. Stark brings a lot to the table, so I wholeheartedly support you going all in on Stark. Good old Maurice for an Empire team. Joe. BS Paul 96.
Ooh, that's a new name.
That's Mino. That's Mino P.
Who?
Oh, okay.
Mino P56. We did his roster review, like if you want to.
Okay.
And we were actually doing roster reviews, which we'll be trying to do again, by the way. But
yep,
I know.
Should you refresh the defensive Darthmere event for 780 crystals? I completed it on the first time day, and only have her at 25 out of 30. I refresh that event. I pretty much, if I don't have the character and something's up to get refreshed, I I push the crystals on it.
I would have if I had the crystals, but I have other priorities. But I've already got her on her way to 5 stars, so.
I've got her on the way to 6 or 7. I can't remember.
And it's
That's
a
a
reasonable
good
price
question.
too.
It's a very reasonable price. It's better than the Wicket shards.
Yeah.
It's better than the shipments. So with shipments, you're getting each shard for about 80 crystals. This one you're spending 780 and you're getting 10, so it's 78. So it's a little cheaper than even the shipments.
Yeah.
It just depends on how long you want to wait out her actually going someplace else besides just the event. Because at some point they have to, otherwise it's a really long farm. So.
Jonathan Jones, that's a question for Sir Loki.
Mm.
What benefits have you gotten from switching to General Kenobi instead of Xeris on your Night Sister comp? So GK
you get retribution, you get a cleanse, you get a mass cleanse, right? And then you get the retribution, which is pretty sick, I think.
And then you get a hello there.
He's a he's a backup to zombie. Like my zombie. So if my zombie gets the buff immunity on her, then he will taunt and absorb a lot of the hits. And then he gives the whole team crit immunity, which is very important. So you have to imagine that General Kenobi and Zeta Barris pretty much function the same way. The health that you're gonna save because your tunes have crit immunity is pretty much the same health that you get back from Zeta Barris.
But you normally run Barris in that comp, right?
I run Barris in the comp for Territory Wars, yes. In Arena, I switch the 5th like back and forth with a lot of characters.
Okay.
But General Kenobi, if you can... So my General Kenobi has like... If you guys saw it in the chat room, I could mod him to have... I think it was like 210 speed, but he has 110,000 protection, which is insane.
Over 9,000?
Yeah, he can take a lot of hits. And that's pretty much what he is. He's a punching bag that gives the Night Sisters retribution and crit immunity, and that's really all you need him for. So it's very comparable to Barris. Barris does the cleanse at the end of her turn, but then the problem with that is the Zeta Barris cleanse will only target the squishiest Night Sister. That's the problem. So if your zombie or somebody keeps getting a debuff, then she will only target that particular Night Sister if she's the squishiest. That's the issue.
Who is the lead that you play on that?
Ventress.
Ventress
lead.
It's got to be Ventress.
He loves Ventress lead better than...
The turn meter gain is just stupid. I mean, it's ridiculous.
So it's a speed leader with turn meter gain.
Yeah. It's like Rex on steroids, man. That's what that leader is. For Night Sisters, but I think it's a preferred choice.
Ventress lead with GK.
Yep.
I'm taking notes.
You're taking notes?
I'm taking notes. I learned so much from you guys.
Okay, so that ends our question. Oh no,
we got two more.
No, there's a couple more.
We got two more, and then we stopped it.
Okay, so Kuzo Chiboni, I guess. Is how you say that name?
You want a what?
I know, right? I totally put your
Chiboni.
My Chiboni.
Shinobi.
Rondo, you bring me so much joy sometimes.
I'm telling you. I'm here for that.
My Chiboni.
It's all right. He'll change his name to that in a couple of days. It'll be fine. I just got extremely lucky with mod RNG yesterday.
Oh, yes, good.
And now I have a plus 125. I have plus 125 speed mod set. Should I leave it on R2 or run it on BB8? Gets me to almost 290. So if you look at the current speeds that they're at right now, for characters, I'd probably tell you to leave it on R2 and not put it on BB8. That would be my
I would put it, if you're running Jedi Ray, I would put it on BB. You want BB8 faster than R2. That's the best
I would agree that you want him faster than R2. I guess it depends on what the other mod set is, because there's a 6-speed spread at max between R2 and BB. Sorry, 5-speed difference. But BB-8 is going to get a bunch of turn meter gain, right? So BB-8 gets 8% turn meter for every ally that has secret intel. So you're already going to. I mean, I don't know, man. You really think BB-8 should be faster, but like substantially faster? I mean, if he has one set at 125, right, and he has another set at 120 or 110, would you leave the 125 on R2, or would you swap the two sets?
I would play with the mods to where on the AI, so BB-8 always goes first. Like he has to go first, and then give the secret intel to Ray or R2 or wherever it is, because you want Ray to get going on that.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. But again, it goes back to that whole. You remember the old school Zeta with Sith Assassin, or the Maul and Sith Assassin.
Yeah. There's a whole turn meter. There's a whole.
That's what it is. Because I think BB-8 gives 8% turn meter to all the active droids at the start of the battle. So you don't, but you want BB-8 to go the first every single time. So you have to do like some speed tuning with R2.
Yes.
Excellent.
Wait, but does he give that? Does he give that 8? He only gives that 8%. When does he give it? No, he gives it all the time. That's not the Zeta on self-preservation protocol.
It's his regular unique.
It's his regular unique, not with the Zeta. I got it. So follow Loki's advice, Mr. I butchered your name. I'm sorry, Kuzo.
Chiboni.
Shiboni.
It's actually
Shinobi.
It's Kenobi, just spelled
really
funny,
Kenobi?
like
Oh, it is
Kenobi. Yeah,
I see it now.
it's okay. We'll review it in the next class.
Yes.
We'll review it in the next class. So, Devin Henley says, what are your thoughts on this stealth theme? Newt Gunray, Zombie, Acolyte, Geospy, and Dachka. For Arena? Or is this... I mean, this team on offense can do great. The team's not going to do great on defense, though, man. That team would kill it on offense.
That's the Territory Wars offense team.
That's
right
the
there,
Territory Wars offense.
That's the CLS meta team killer right there. You can take down.
Good. You don't even have to bring all 5. You could bring 3.
Yeah, you can bring 3.
You could bring 3 and save 2, if you wanted to. I mean, you could 3-man it. Hell, you could 3-man it in Arena with that team sometimes. If you wanted to.
You know who destroys Jedi Training Ray teams? It's going to be Rex lead with B2, and then we got to figure out the other 3. But B2 wrecks that team, man. Shuts it down.
Yeah, B2, because that team's so buff dependent, right?
Yep.
It
gets rid of the secret intel. That's what
it gets rid of secret intel, and because Rex does so much turn meter gain and B2 gets so much turn meter gain, you're hoping Ray uses her little healing immunity on B2, because you're like, that was funny. I'm gonna have that off here in about 10 seconds, because he goes twice and then it's off. That's the reason why she's not that great against certain teams. I mean, she falls apart against certain teams, man. She falls apart. Oh man. Okay. That's the end of the questions now for real. Oh, real.
For reals?
Reals.
All right. Should we end it here?
We should probably pimp our stuff and end it here. Yes.
Okay. We get the
Loki, Loki pimp.
Yeah, Loki, you want to pimp tonight? I mean, Mr. I won everything on the God's green earth.
Oh my god, man! I wish you guys were there with me.
No, not really.
I do too. Would you have halved it? Yeah. Would you have halved your winnings?
No, if you bet with me, then we would have all won. But
if I blew on dice,
I would have shared. I would have shared, man. Hell yeah. That was
How
a fun
now?
trip.
How about now?
That was a fun trip, man.
How about now?
I'm not gonna lie. What'd you say? You were gonna blow my dice? Is that what you said?
I said if I blew on your dice and you won, would you have halved it?
I give you all of it. How about that?
Oh,
How about
nice.
now?
I'm going.
No problem.
Yep.
That'd be so fun, man. Holy crap. We gotta do RSG in Vegas like next year. Make it happen.
Can we do a live stream with it?
Yeah, they got hotel Wi-Fi. We can do it.
How about now?
Yeah, I can pimp. You know,
Yes, pimp away, Mr. Big
Is that
Winner.
the time right now?
Mathma said that
That's
I
not what his
skipped-
name is.
Math.
I mess it up
Wow.
every time because I know I actually got a post that somebody posted to me from Slack who I haven't talked to in years.
I know.
And is like Addicts Mathma is really upset that you mispronounced
He really
his name.
isn't. He really
And I
isn't.
was like, I'm sorry, bro.
How about now?
I'm
I
sorry.
always read it as Atticus Finch for some reason. I always see the first word as Atticus.
So it's
Because-
Mathma is the end.
Athma Mothman. There we go. We're good.
And
It's-
Addicts is the beginning, so it's Addicts Mathma.
It's mathematics, and you just
Yeah.
break it in half and put the addicts in front.
Yeah, Addicts
Addicts Mathma.
Mathma.
Good job.
I'm telling you.
Well done. Let's skip to
Eventually,
lesson 5.
You've been practicing your
let's
your
skip
reading.
to
Huh?
lesson
Let's go
5.
to lesson 8. Ronnie be like, well, what happened to 6 and 7? I know math well.
I think Grande intentionally does this to get Rangers panties in a bind.
No,
It is
not
funny.
really.
Ranger
He
does
just
not
does
get
it.
his panties in a bind. He wears a diaper.
All right, that's
Yeah,
right.
he does wear a diaper.
the
so.
joke's on you.
Or oh man. Okay, so Sir Loki is pimping stuff.
Yes, that's right. Say pimp
I'm
it.
pimping stuff. This is Reality Skewed Gamers. Thank you for joining in. This is the Wednesday night stream. It normally starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. This is where we talk about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. We did go a little off the tracks tonight, but it was super fun as always. And this is where we cover the game and all the latest updates and news and what have you about it. We also have our regular Saturday streams. The one in the morning is 10 a.m. Eastern time. That's the Jedi Academy. That is when we gather questions from you, the listener, and we have a wide panel of guests on, which include Warrior. We got Reemon, Mike Hunt, Ranger hosts it. I'm on it. Finn trolls it. We got to get. I don't think Grande joins it anymore, right? Or do you just pop in when you feel like
if
it?
If I can get my kid in swimming team is messing it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But again, that show, 10 a.m. Eastern. That's where we cover all the questions from you. We do it for you guys. We will answer anything you throw at us, and that's really a really fun show right there. We cover all topics of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Star Wars, fun questions, whatever you got. And then we have our normal drunken live stream that's Saturday night. That is 10 p.m. Eastern. That's where Ranger consumes copious amounts of alcohol,
Not
and
just
we
me.
try to do. All of us do actually. Myself, we've been having Tits and T-Money, Grim,
Lady Undane,
Chrome Cobra,
Shay.
Lady Undane. Anybody wants to come on? Shay,
Pastor's on sometimes.
Pastor's on.
Not for the
does-
faint of heart.
No.
Saturday
Sorry.
nights.
I love the guy, man. It's really fun. But that's our fun drunken stream. We do talk about the game a bit, but we do have fun with the Mad Libs. It's total fun. It's total, just bananas. It's really fun. Other than that, we've been teasing you with a lot of our new 2018 stuff that's coming. Finn's done a really great job developing all the back-end graphics, all the ideas. We've been trying out some new stuff. He's got some ideas about streaming and double streaming and all that. So, I can't, we can't thank Finn enough. I mean, he does so much on the back end that, he comes up with all the great
Finn likes
ideas
the
and
back
everything.
end.
So,
Giggity, giggity.
yeah, very good. So we also have our is it Cafe Press? Is that what it is? Or
Yep.
yeah, so we have our Cafe Press Facebook.com/Reality Skewed Gamers. That's where we have all our merchandise and panties and do we got fleshlights yet? I don't know, but
I don't know what's
we got
in
all
there.
sorts of stuff.
Finn, what's in the store? What we
All
update
the-
the store?
No,
Ali,
part of the
Ali
new
Boba?
year is going to be to update it.
All right,
And
and
the
then we'll have
catapult be with
Finn
you.
next
Yeah.
Wednesday come on here and pip all
We'll
the
have-
great stuff that you can
We'll
get
have
at the
Grande
store.
come up with more trademarked statements, and we'll put them
Yep.
on merchandise. And all the merchandise that's purchased from the store does go back into the channel to support us. So, it's new equipment, it's
have
bourbon
female
for
underwear.
Ranger, it's
We have female underwear.
you know.
So if you would like to get an official RSG Buttstock Classic thong, they are for sale.
yes, and big ups to MJ and his lovely wife's ass that's on the
You got
screen
women's
right now.
The women's boy briefs is what she is wearing right there.
Yeah, just fantastic. It's gorgeous. Other than that, I think I got it all.
I think you got it all, buddy. You did pretty
yeah.
good. Now, Tits, you're going to be doing you'll do the ending next week, so just want you to prepare yourself.
Oh, geez. Can I get notes? I'll just go back and make notes.
Yeah, just make notes. I know just we gotta pop the cherry sometime. You know, got to do it.
You're about
did we-
10 years, 20 years off.
Did we? Did
Not
we
that
announce
cherry, the other cherry.
Not that cherry.
The other
The ending-
cherry.
The ending.
Oh, right.
of
Wait,
the show
wait.
Cherry.
We're on Wednesday. I'm sorry. I was on Saturday night. Sorry.
All those cherries have been popped a long time ago. I mean, hell, I popped some cherries I didn't even know on Saturday night. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Hey, did we announce our 2,500 plus followers already?
We
we
did hit it. I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll have to figure that one out. I don't know if we.
Okay.
I think Finn, why don't you put a poll together or something maybe for everybody in general and see what they want. If they want us to do another late night ladies drunk stream or something else we can do for the fans, and it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a stream of the game. It could be
You got to get Smithy D karaoke party. That's what we need to do.
We've done that before. I want to do something different. It could just be us watching a movie, one of the Star Wars movies, and just talking about it. I mean, it could be whatever you guys want.
We could do it like Mystery Science Theater 3000 or whatever.
Oh, I missed that, man. That's awesome.
That would be really cool.
The whole thing is going to be copyrighted infringement. We're not going to get anything off of it. Just
no, we don't have to show the actual movie.
Wait.
Whoa.
You know what we could do? We could watch the Christmas 1978.
I'm not doing that to
special.
people. No, that's torture. That's not right. That's
watch
not right.
it. Watch it.
You can
Wait.
do
Would
it
we
live
get
Cards Against
copyright
Humanity.
infringement for that?
Oh yes.
If there's audio, or if the video is in a particular way, it can get flagged.
What about like a big Cards Against Humanity game
We could do that.
or something like
Cards
that?
Against Humanity. We have trouble whenever we do that, or like
Yeah.
what's the other one? Angry Apples or whatever.
Yeah.
those are.
It's the same
I
thing.
say-
Cards Against
I say-
Humanity and Evil Apples are the same thing. It's
I
just
say
one
we
is
all
the
go to
mobile.
Vegas and we stream. That's
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
need to
Good
do.
luck with
Problem
that.
Right
the
there.
problem
I'm
is,
poor.
The problem
Sorry,
is
no.
that we try to
Right
answer
there.
freaking questions, and we're gonna be so busy playing that game, we're not gonna be answering any questions.
Well, that stream's not going to be about answering questions. It's going to be about
It's a
fun.
Saturday night stream.
It's a fun.
yeah.
It's definitely
It'll be a Saturday
We'll-
night stream. We'll
We'll come up with some ideas, and then I'll put a poll up on Twitter. So keep an eye out on the Twitter. Make sure you follow it, so when we post up the poll, you guys can vote.
The Ewok movies. We could totally do the freaking Ewok movies.
The Ewok VHS tapes, yeah.
I will not be there for that. I've seen them, and I don't ever want to see them again.
Wait, isn't there? There's like some Atari Star Wars games we could like play in Atari.
Oh yeah. Back in the day, like the
Like-
Ooh.
Did I show?
Cartoons.
Did I show you? There's an arcade by my work. They still have
is
the
that what you do for
original
work?
1970s. What play arcades? Yeah, I do, man. They have the original 1979 or 1980 Star Wars, the Atari cabinet.
Oh wow.
You know the one that's black
showed
and
me
red.
before.
You know the
Yeah, you
Oh,
showed me
dude.
before. It's pretty freaking funny.
Mm.
yeah, that thing's sick.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what we could do. Maybe do the Old Republic MMORPG game. I don't know.
Ranger, you have to do a gamer
I would
fuel.
like to play some games online with everybody. That would be
I
fun.
want to see Ranger do a gamer fuel.
The hell am I gonna
Ooh.
gamer fuel?
Ranger was a
Ooh.
gamer fuel. Ranger and a gamer
Ooh.
fuel. That would be.
And Urban comes up with the food.
The hell if I'm doing that?
Nice.
Tuna pizza. Topped with pickles and ice cream or
What's wrong
something.
with you, Finn? Shut up.
Well, Ranger eats all healthy food, so you should just take all the healthy food you can find and put it on a pizza or something.
I don't know.
Like put like soy riso or something on
Oh,
it.
I was I don't know. I was almost late to the stream because I was having to pull food out of the plumbing system of my house.
Ooh.
It was really not fun.
Does that mean that you were going poop for like the 4th time in the day?
Bro, it was not. It was not. It was the.
Is that what you're calling it?
No,
Pulling something out of your plumbing system?
It was stuff that went in the garbage grinder that shouldn't have gone in the garbage.
Get it?
That still
Garbage
sounds
grinder,
like you're going
sounds
number
like,
4
Sounds like
poop of the day.
digestion.
No.
I'm trying to think too. The old Atari games. There was actually Star Wars where you actually had like you went to eat. You had 2 phases. It was the little picture of the Death Star. You had to shoot TIE fighters, and then there was the trench run. But it had like you had to maneuver and then hit the thing and kill the trench.
There's the Star Wars arcade game, and then there's Jedi Arena. Are the ones I remember on Atari.
Dude, there's a lot of people that just want to see you watch the Ewok movie and make comments.
Ranger, come on. Please. Puppy dog.
That's
face.
fucking bullshit.
Pork eyes.
I'll talk to you offline, Miss T.
Post a picture to you with the little puppy dog eyes.
That's fucking crazy. See, this is what happens when you
pork
share
eyes.
intimate details. They learn your weaknesses.
You know, if I ate porg, I would do the beer can porg.
I
How
think
about
so,
that?
too.
Like, that sounds awesome. You know how they do a beer can chicken?
All right, well, let's see what the fans like too. So we'll put all those out there. Create a poll, Finn put it together, and I'll put it out there, and then we'll look at what you guys want, and if it's the Ewok thing, which I pray to God it isn't.
You know it's going to be there. As soon as I put that on the poll, you know that's the one that's
Somebody
getting the votes.
save me, because I will be really, really cranky and fucking pissed if I have to do that.
And that would make for a great video.
I mean, it would just be 2 hours of our life we can't get back. Like watching it the first time. All right.
All right. Thanks again, guys.
All right, everybody.
Appreciate it.
Are we doing after hours? I don't know if we are or not. I think I don't think anybody's going to the Discord, are they?
I mean, I'll go if you guys want to go. I don't have work tomorrow, snow day.
I have work and I'm still recovering from all the travel,
Yeah,
so
he
I'm
is.
getting ready to pass out.
All right.
I have work.
Yeah. So it would just be
Wow.
Did you?
tits.
Hey, Grande, how far are you from Amarillo?
I'm like about 3 hours. 3 hours from Amarillo.
That's where the big Texan is, right? With the big.
That is
steak.
where the 72-ounce steak. You know that steak.
You know my name is on the wall, right?
You've eaten that steak before,
I have eaten that steak, man.
bro. I cannot do that, man.
All right, so I think we'll just go call it a night, everybody. So
We
everybody
should go
be
do
safe,
that steak for the
be
2,500
good,
followers. That would be
and
fun.
we will holler at you guys this Saturday. So everyone be safe. We'll holler at you soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.